Hey guys, welcome to Clevelandmoto podcast number 533, and you might notice that this looks a little different tonight. It's because while I was gallivanting all over Europe, Sleepy was down here building and making cool shit. Very, very cool. We got a little bit of, a lot better of a camera angle. Oh. And if you were here right now, you would see, my God, look at this. We have about 6 different camera angles here.
The most important one.
That's like art house.
I love the bar cam. I love the bar cam. That is rad. So for our listeners at home, people who haven't embraced the YouTube experience yet, Sleepy just has gone hog wild, or he's gone ham, as
absolute
the kids say.
Ham, yeah.
He's gone absolute ham, and he has really upped our game dramatically. So we're going to have a much better product for everybody, hopefully, and we're going to be able to do a lot of cool stuff. We're going to be going to the AIM Expo on Tuesday, so we'll be out there. Sleepy, I'm sure, will be a man run amok. I'm going to also bring video camera and audio stuff as well, so we can get some interviews with people and get some cool, what the hell's going on in AIM Expo? And that's really, really exciting for us. So we're really looking forward to that. Tonight at the podcast, to my immediate left.
Well, stop the presses, Uncle Phil.
Oh, sorry.
Can we light them up?
Shit. Sorry, guys. Welcome to the Clevelandmoto podcast. Light them up, boys. God. This new environment threw me all off.
All right.
No, okay, now we're good.
Proceed gaily forward.
Proceed gaily forward, as we say. Yes, proceeding gaily forward. To my immediate left.
Dan Krupke.
To his left.
Steve Sleepy.
And to his left.
Johnny Mac.
And to his left.
Speedy Pete.
And on the other end of the table.
Sean Noel.
Behind the bar tonight.
Chris Smith.
And.
Tom Pennington.
Wait, what happened?
Hey.
Now you guys are dead.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hold
Keep
on.
talking.
Wait. We can do this.
Testing.
We have the
testing.
There he is.
There he is.
You there?
They're back.
They're back. They're back. They're back and
Can we
better
just
than ever.
explain one thing?
Yeah.
If
go
we
ahead.
had a normal podcast,
Right.
this is easy.
Yeah, it's two microphones.
But when you add 37 people to it makes everything harder.
Having an 8-person podcast is no easy task. Having 8 microphones for anything is no easy task.
But now,
yeah,
as of last night, with tests,
yes,
we are good for what we have, plus a Zoom caller with perfect audio and
Zoom
video
caller?
and a phone caller.
And a phone call
at the same time.
All at the same time. So we
Yeah.
could have 10 operational
Yes.
experiences.
All the things.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
That is outrageous. To let everyone know, the reason we haven't dropped anything for a little while is because I was gone for 13 days. And my wife and I, the lovely Dr. Waters, we went on our Christmas trip. This year we went to Rome. We did Rome. Then we took the Frecciarossa, the high-speed rail, from Rome down to Napoli, where we jumped on the Circumvesuviano, the tourist train, to go down to Sorrento. We were in Sorrento for Christmas proper. We did Sorrento for a few days. Then we went down to Salerno for a few days. Then we went to Matera, the city that's built right into the side of the mountains, where they filmed James Bond, No Time to Die, motorcycle chases, etc. They shot up that town. Really amazing town. It's the oldest occupied town in the world. Because people were living in the caves against the mountain, and the people have not moved. They're all still there. So that's pretty neat. Different effect, much higher rent now than it was when they were living on twigs and berries.
Improvements.
Many, like indoor running water and all the good shit that the Italians are known for. It was a really amazing trip, and we crammed as much as you could cram into 13 days. But I have an announcement today regarding the state of my soul. And we were able to, for people that don't know, I was baptized as a child. I was raised in my mom, dad had a Protestant household. My grandmother is Sicilian, and she was 100% Catholic. She was heavy into the indulgences and paying her way out of purgatory. True brick and mortar Catholic, Southern Italian Catholic. And so I was raised going to church at least 2 times a week, Protestant church with my mom and dad on Sunday, or my mom at least. And then Wednesday and sometimes Saturday night, Grandma dragged me along to Our Lady of Mount Carmel. My resume for religion is as follows. Baptized, check. Confirmed, check. First Holy Communion, check. CCD school, check. Catholic middle school, check. Acolyte, and altar boy. Those are my credentials in both the Protestant and the Catholic faith.
No, you're just an altar caca.
I'm an altar caca, yeah, at this point for sure. So one thing was happening while we were there, because the 23rd, we spent the whole day at the Vatican. And the Vatican, as people know, is its own country. It has its own system. It has its own law enforcement. It has its own militia. The Vatican is kind of a wild thing. But St. Peter's Cathedral, the big one, the biggest in the world, has about 5 doors on the front of it. And the furthest door to the right is called the Holy Door. And the Holy Door gets plastered and concreted over, but for every 50 or 25 years when they have what's called the Jubilee. And the Jubilee is every 25 years, the Pope goes down and he takes a hammer and a chisel. Yeah. Yeah. And the Pope goes down and he hammers and chisels the door open, the door that's been sealed for 25 years. And they only do this on the years of the Jubilee, and they only do it for a couple of weeks. So it happened to be while we were there. And if you walk through, when they hammer and chisel the door open, there's a real door there. And when they open the door, yes, exactly. Yay, sound effects. If you open the door, if you walk through the door, you hear that sound. And all of your sins are forgiven.
Nice.
We got that going for us.
What's that cost you?
Well, what was funny is we happened
Can you
to
time it? Can you do like a lot of sins at like 1 and then walk through it at 2:30?
I asked.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And so because I need the facts, as deep in my soul, I'm a skeptic.
Right.
So going through it, we're on the tour, and everywhere our Vatican tour guide kept telling us, oh, it's a very important time because the Jubilee and the Holy Door is open. And we couldn't figure out when we got into the Vatican what this crazy line was. Why? In our tour, we got, paid the money for the Fast Pass. So we got the Vatican Fast Pass and, got to ride the big rides. And got to smell the Pope Mobile, right? So we did, as we're walking through, we keep seeing this line of people that's extended for better part of a half mile. And our tour guide was like, well, that's for the Holy Door. That's for the Holy Door. Those people have traveled pilgrimage all the way here because regardless of anything else you do in the Catholic faith, if you walk through that door, all of your sins are forgiven.
Do all your bad tattoos fall off and your piercings fall off?
I have no
like
idea. Again, sins. So, you got to know your sins, right? So we did the whole tour as one does. We did the entire Vatican tour, which is massive and went on for like 3.5 hours. By the time we got done with the Vatican tour, 10,000 plus steps, as we're leaving and things are settling down and they're getting ready for the big, night before Christmas Eve ceremonies, and they're putting out the massive nativity scene and the whole deal right in the middle of the square. We happened to notice that the line for the Holy Doors was down because they'd closed the place off. They'd shut the gates, and whoever was in was going to get in, and whoever wasn't. And so as we're walking past, Merritt and I looked at each other and said, well, that's the line for the Holy Door. And, they've got all the Swiss Guard are out there. Like, you're not allowed to take pictures of the Swiss Guard. You're not allowed to talk to the Swiss Guard. Kind of a big deal. But they were there, and the door was open. And so we walked over, and there were only about 25 people in front of us, and they're moving through because they all want to get into St. Peter's Basilica too, right? So as you go through, you put your hand on the Holy Door, these reliefs that are on the Holy Door. You touch the Holy Door to make sure that God knows you were there. It's checking in. And then you go through the door. And when you go through the door, you've had all your sins removed.
It's the Vatican TSA.
It is. And thanks to Kevin Smith and the movie Dogma, we all know that what happens on earth happens in heaven, right? So if it's good enough for the church on earth, it's obliged by and observed and followed by heaven. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Didn't change Merritt's life a whole lot, but me, I feel a lot lighter.
Unburdened.
A lot unburdened.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say you rode a Vespa through it or something.
Oh,
This is
no,
gonna be a good story.
Getting a Vespa was pretty hard on Christmas weekend.
Epic burnout ever.
Yeah, well, there's no messing around in the Vatican. The Vatican's got its own set of rules. I don't want to know what Vatican jail looks like. And if anybody has any question about the wealth of the Catholic Church, one needs to only tour the Vatican, or what I would say is what it's called is Vatican City. And because it's its own place, if you're going to Rome and you go to Vatican City, you have now been in 2 countries. because they have their own everything, their own government, the whole deal.
No, do you have to stamp your passport?
That was the thing. I said, do they stamp passports? And they said, not anymore. Right. So I was like, okay, well, they don't stamp passports anymore, but we knew we were there. But it was something. And if you do want to know about wretched excess or the sacking of places for about 3,000 years or 2,000 years, I promise you, the Vatican's a really good place to see it.
Well, Vatican jail is basically the Galilee room.
Yeah.
Galileo room.
It is the Galileo room. It's pretty different. As a non-practicing or as a person that was raised in a Catholic household, as a skeptic in my life right now, seeing that is a real, the joke is always, come to Jesus moment. And it's wild. Yeah. But I got my Saints Pokemon cards. So, you can Catholic Pokemon cards have all the saints on them and what powers they have and what they're good for.
Which ones you can play on which turn.
Oh, believe me.
Saint Nicholas, I choose you.
That's it. Yes. You guys are laughing. You guys are laughing, but I was raised in this.
The power of drunkenness, go.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're all over my house in parts too.
Right.
I get it.
And
St. Patrick has used drink.
Yeah. As a kid, I had to know what they were for. And it was funny to get all those memories back walking through the Vatican. And they're like, well, this is St. Paul. And I was like, well, you never see St. Paul without St. Peter. Like those two go hand in glove. And we were kind of going through.
They were roommates.
Actually, what's weird is they weren't. But, the whole Bible would have you believe that they hung out together and they were like joined at the hip and everywhere one went. Like if you saw Peter, Paul was right there. And no, that was not the case.
And Mary.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, believe me. If you pay any attention to anything that's going on there, you'll know that Mary is the queen on the chessboard.
So,
Yeah.
is going to the Vatican when you're not really religious like a knitter going to Barber Motorcycle Museum?
It is.
Right?
It's you. As Merritt says, Merritt's not Catholic. She was not raised with any religion whatsoever, but she just can appreciate the spectacle, the whole thing. She can
Right.
appreciate the architecture.
It is a big show. At the end of it.
It's a very big show.
A very big show.
Well, and we like to joke that as big as the Marvel universe has gotten, that was Catholicism starting in about the year 200, right? And we spent the extra money for the downstairs pass.
Nicaea was 95.
What's that?
I thought Nicaea was 95. Council
Yeah,
Nicaea.
well, I mean,
Was it 195 or 95?
95. Yeah, 95. And the basement of the Coliseum, when you go to the Coliseum and when you go to the Coliseum and you spend the extra money to go in the basement, and they only let you down there with a very particular guided tour in a very small group.
I want to see the basement of the Alamo.
Right. Well, this is way creepier, the basement Alamo, because you get to see all the cages where they put the people and the animals that were all going to be brought up to be in one way or the other murdered for the entertainment of the Roman people, the literal bread and circuses. So it was wild. It was a very, very informational and educational trip. But the other thing to take away is fucking Italians don't mess around when it comes to driving. Like when you put them,
They never did.
No, when you put them behind a wheel of anything, I mean, shopping cart, scooter, whatever, they are going hell bent for leather.
How'd that Panda work out?
The Panda was awesome.
Everything you wanted to see?
1 liter of underpowered wheeziness.
Yeah.
6-speed
Six-speed?
transmission,
Uh-oh.
manual
There
transmission,
we go.
will eventually work its way up to 155 clicks. Yeah, and at 155 clicks, it was sweating.
Downhill with a tailwind.
It was sweating.
Meanwhile, there's like 6 Maseratis and a Ferrari beeping their horns behind you.
I promise you, I found the extra pandemonium button. So I found the extra pandemonium sport mode button, and the car that we rented was actually called a Pandino, which is their luxury sport model. It's the most expensive.
Whoa!
It's the most expensive
the
way
lore.
that you can buy a Panda, and it is fiercely underpowered. It does not, and this one was a hybrid too. They call it a light hybrid. So there's a gauge on the dashboard where a little battery gauge goes up and down, but it has no effect on the driving of the car.
Makes no difference.
No. And it is really fun to drive in Italy. If you like just saying fuck it,
Right.
and pay the extra $40 for the insurance that says if you blow it up, we're cool.
Yeah.
That was a smart move on our part because everybody there is trying to kill you.
So he has the GoPro of it going over the cliff into the
It's
water.
I remember that scene in the Italian
when
Job.
the guy rented it to us, the guy said, "Where are you going with this car?" And we said, oh, we're heading into, from Salerno to Matera. And he says, I have to remind you that the Fiat Panda is the number one stolen car in Europe.
Of course.
And I said, you got to be kidding me. And he goes, no, it is the number one stolen car in Europe. I took mine up to Napoli, and I was there for less than 4 hours and my car got stolen. And he goes, they found it 14 days later and it was gutted.
It's like a Kia.
It is the most common car, so the parts are worth a lot because there's a shit ton of them out there.
There was
Two,
a
and
weird.
two guys can pick it up and put it in their pockets.
Was there a weird button on the Panda that was like a dry? I can't think of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It was on Top Gear, and they were driving a Panda, and it had this one button, and I'm like, "Ooh, that really makes sense." But now I can't remember exactly what it did.
Well, it wasn't the all-wheel drive.
It was the horn because it's an Italian car.
It was like a automatic. I don't know.
It's as far as it goes, the Pandas that I fell in love with when I was stationed there in the 80s were the tiniest, little, smallest shit boxes you could find. But to find a 4x4 one there today is like, woo, look, a 1983 Fiat Panda 4x4. It's fucking cool. The Fiat Panda that we rented is a more modern, kind of a neater car. And it because it has become a modern, neater car, it's become a heavier car. So she don't boogie. She just eventually gets up to the speed.
It's still sad we didn't get that, and we instead got the Renegade.
Yeah, well,
all the calories, none of the taste.
none of the taste. Yeah.
Did it have a city button?
Yes.
The city button
Yeah.
significantly lightens the steering.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the
So
city
it-
button
so you can-
is a one fingertip steering. So the city button makes it a fingertip steering machine, and it has a hill holder. Thank God. But the craziest thing you learn is that first gear in a Panda, you'd better be going up the steepest hill in the world pulling a trailer. First gear is only for very, very dangerous low speed situations, because when I'm taking corners that we almost have to come to a stop. Oh, that's another thing. Stop signs mean nothing to fucking Italians. So I would put it in first gear and instantly Merritt's forehead would hit the windshield. As I learned real quickly, no matter what gear you think you want to downshift into, add one to it and you'll probably be okay.
So Thruston Justin makes a valid point. I was going to say it's the Chianti button, but he says it activates the espresso machine.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you brought that
There
up.
was one. The 500 had it, and I think, I'm sure you could plug it into that too.
The Fiat 500 does have a little coffee thing, an espresso 1 cup coffee maker built in.
Right.
But what I will call your attention to is if you get more than 2 lane departure warnings on your scorecard,
Yeah.
a warning comes on the dashboard that says, we think you should take a break now. And it's signified by a cup of espresso icon.
Yep.
And then in the lower left corner of your dashboard gauge cluster, a cup of coffee illuminates.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you can't turn it off. The coffee light stays on until you turn the car off. So this car, Fiat, does encourage the consumption of coffee. And if
Yes.
you've ever met an Italian,
Take a moment, have a cigarette and an espresso.
Our
Yeah.
car is, or the Kia does the same thing. Like if you drive for 30 or 40 minutes, it's telling you
Take a nap.
You get a little hot cup of coffee, and you might want to take a rest.
Yeah.
Little bit of something to Galois. Let's go.
The Honda, yes, Galois. The Honda does have it too, but I turned it off.
okay, all right.
So
Yeah, I
on
probably
some
need to
cars
do
you could
that.
turn it off, and I remember my brother's 500 had the light steering wheel button too.
Yeah,
'Cause
City button.
it was lighting the steering, and I think it also changed something about the throttle response.
Yeah, at no point would I say that this Panda was aggressive. At no point would I say that this Panda is anything other than a perfect little commuter car. But they've gotten bigger, and that's the thing that I wanted to bring up is that the rental guy was like, "Yo, yeah, you got the Fiat Panda. Are you sure you don't want something nicer or bigger?" And I'm like, "No, fuck no. I don't want something nicer. I don't want something bigger. I want a Fiat Panda."
How would you like a Cadillac Eldorado?
Right,
Just
yeah.
to
Oh
drive
my God.
around the
There are
Alps.
F-150s there. Like there are big cars there. There are things that shouldn't be there because
they have a
can
Fiat
buy
Panda
them.
that goes in front of them with a yellow light that says wide load in front of them.
Yeah, and every street that we went down was exactly one Panda wide. So getting a small car in Italy is a great idea. I mean, it's not a bad mistake to make it. It is. In my opinion, I think it's an excellent thing for the environment.
So how much driving did you actually do? Do you know how many miles you put on the?
We put about 500 on it, and so what we did was we basically did a high speed run from Salerno to Matera, which is on the other side of the boot.
High speed, low drag.
It was high speed, low drag. And what I am happy to tell you is that I was able to hang with all the big boys until you look in your rearview mirror. We used to joke when you lived in Europe, if you saw a BMW or Mercedes station wagon behind you, immediately slide back over to the right lane because you're about to get fucked. So what I can tell you now, though, is Volkswagens. So if you see a Volkswagen Rondell behind you, if you see a VW logo coming up behind you, it does not matter if it's a GTI diesel. They will be traveling at full chat.
Yeah.
It is going to be like, even if it's a Volkswagen Up with the exclamation point, they are going to be going as fast as that car can go.
Barely has any more power than your fan.
I promise you, it does not, but it will be driven by somebody who is hell fucking bent for leather.
Who has just chosen chaos.
Yeah. So if you want to pull the picture up, Steve, this is what a Fiat Pandina is. It's an adorable little car.
Oh.
But you cannot get past, how frequent, like, this is the fanciest car Fiat sells.
So for the listeners at home,
this is the fanciest Panda they sell.
For the listeners at home, this literally looks like a
this is a shoe.
A mini the mini 4-door we got, which is ugly as hell.
The Mini Clubman.
And then it's been smacked in the ass.
It's been smacked in the butt, but it also had his teeth kicked in.
I love it. I think it's sexy as fuck.
All right.
yeah,
If you love them, good, because there's a lot of them there, right?
It could be a hell of a lot more unsexy.
Oh, it could be. They have rubbed the Italian all over this Panda.
Right.
I like how the adventure world's got to it, though, and now it has, like, adventure style.
Yes,
Okay,
it does. Oh,
so
this is the Pandina.
I don't know if it's...
This is the Pandina. This is their Pandina Cross. Like, this is their
Okay,
off-road.
I was going to say that. It used to be just Panda Cross.
Correct.
So now it's just Pandina?
Now it's Pandina.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
Because
Pandina
you never
is,
want an angry panda.
the Pandina is the highest spec level.
Ah.
Right. So you get the Pandina, you get all the good shit, the good wheels and the good stuff.
Yeah.
It was just what showed up. I would have been happy had they brought me the base model.
Did it have crankers?
No.
No, it
Power
had
everything.
power. Okay.
Power
nice.
everything.
So at least they got that memo.
As soon as I
finally.
turned the key on, it knew what kind of phone I had, and it did a much better job of finding my electronics than my Ford does. Yeah. So the Italian space program is safe.
Find my cafe.
Fiat is in charge.
And the six closest wine bars and the 4 closest coffee shops.
What I can promise
Only
you,
one,
though,
only
is,
one bakery, though. It only goes there.
Yeah, it's 1 liter. We had to look the motor up because when I'm driving it, I was like, fuck, man.
Oh, as a multi-air, I bet, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1 liter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1 liter. And it is not spicy.
No.
Yeah, it's not spicy. And like geared for the city, because that first gear is crazy low. I did a lot of driving with starting out in second gear just to minimize the violence. It was wild. But it was hilarious because when we got to, we grabbed it in Salerno and hauled ass for Matera. And the guy was like, well, you're going to Matera. You're going through the country. You're going to be in the countrysides. Be careful because once you get off the Autostrada, the Motostrada, the road gets pretty rough there. The guy was super well informed. We jumped off the Motostrada, Autostrada, and it looked as though there was an active volcano under the road we were on because it was just humps and like off-camber shit. It was bonkers.
Well, luckily you had the Pandina
Luckily,
Cross.
we had the Pandina Cross.
were
Absolutely.
equipped.
We were set for it. It was great.
How much suspension travel did it have?
0. Absolutely 0.
Cobblestones.
Yeah, cobblestones, you felt every one of them. You could name every cobblestone. But it was, I mean, as far as car goes, it's a pretty goddamn good car. But it's still a Fiat, so it's not going to last long. What is hilarious, though, is when you're traveling along and you see a 1980 Fiat Panda.
The old babe.
Just a square.
Box.
Just a fucking square.
Yep.
And then on the back of it, somebody had bolted, well, bolting's a strong word, tied with rope and bolts, a box that's about 3 feet long, as wide as a Fiat Panda, which is about 5.5 feet wide. And it had all these vents like cut into it, like vents screwed into it with drywall screws and stuff. And we were kind of in the country.
Air conditioning?
At first, I was like, it's got to be an AC
I'm gonna
unit
say
or something hanging up.
chickens or goats.
You're right. It was livestock. It was fucking livestock. So they had put a trunk, like a Model A would have a trunk on the back of it. They'd built their own trunk out of wood, put lights to it and the whole deal, rigged it in a very workmanlike manner. And I realized when we went by the side, there's chicken wire mesh on the side, and I looked and it was full of fucking chickens. And they probably had 25 or 30 chickens inside this box, and they were hauling ass to market.
Do you think my wife could have made it there and back without me noticing her?
Man. Well, I was wondering how many years the chickens had to be in the cars before somebody forced them to put a box on the back bumper for the chickens. Yeah. But it is Italy's fucking amazing. But you know, it's one of those. We had been to the north of Italy and stuff prior to this, and so for us going to Rome was a big deal. And then going in the wintertime is the best time because it never dropped below like 50 degrees. So the whole time we were there, it was between 50 and 60, and I brought all the wrong clothes. So like I got there, I had to definitely trim down my, what I was wearing every single day because we were walking 20,000. Our biggest day, we did 23,000 steps.
Well, going less is always easier.
Yeah,
because you have your birthday suit.
Yeah, right.
But you can't. If you didn't bring enough, then you're fucked.
It was Italy, so he was down to the Speedo, and that got a little normal. Actually,
there's a thing called the Cita bus, and the Cita bus runs down the Amalfi Coast on those roads that nobody should ever go down unless you're on two wheels. But the Cita bus does it in a goddamn bus, and the bus was a 60 capacity bus, and there were about 85 motherfuckers on it. So the aisles were full front from the windshield all the way back to the back, and all the seats as well. And it's the tourist bus that takes you down through all the different cities on the Amalfi Coast. It's actually kind of amazing. The crazy thing, though, is these roads are super fucking narrow. So a Cita bus and a, smart car can't share a single turn ever at the same time. So if you're coming the other way, the buses have dual-tone horns, and they will play a code. So I was watching our bus driver, and he was like, bop, 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 bop. Well, that means it's a blind corner and I'm coming through. So if you hear the bop, 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 and you realize that you don't see a bus in your line of fight, that you're about to see one. And if you're a fucking pedestrian walking along, are we situated Tanuki?
Oh, is it?
Tanuki.
Our bus driver hit about 4 pedestrians, but he hit them in the nicest way possible. Just kind of nudged right up to them and just hit him with the corner of the bus enough to be
hey,
you're not supposed to be here.
Move it.
And every time we would stop, because there are occasionally lights that tell you you're not allowed to proceed around this blind corner on the edge of the mountain with the 700-foot drop to the water. You're not allowed to proceed because we put a traffic control device, which means somebody's proceeding the other way. When we did that, every motorcycle on the planet and every scooter on the planet filters around both sides of the bus and goes in front of the bus's nose at an angle. So whatever bus is whipping around the other corner, they know that they won't get hit. Most of them. Occasionally there's the tourist guy on the BMW that doesn't know that passing the bus is fine, but you have to get all the way to the curb when you do it so that you're in the shadow of the bus and the other bus can't hit you. Merritt and I watched a Cita bus come around and hit the cases of a BMW motorcycle. Again, as soft as humanly possible. But he did it to literally nudge the guy on the motorcycle back 6 inches. And he used his bus full of people to nudge a motorcycle 6 inches.
Use what you got.
Fucking amazing. And that's when we just became like, okay, the Cita bus drivers are gods. They're just gods of the road because they're just owning it. Nobody could drive better than them.
If only the horn tones played like funicularly.
Yeah, well, but their system of different codes really is pretty clever. If you live there, you know it. Right. Say the world
It took a second. It was rattling around in my brain, and I'm like, "What is?" I'm like, "Oh, I know
and so
that
do
song."
I. Yeah. It was cool. Great trip. Would anyone like to guess what the number one most popular two-wheeled vehicle in Italy is based on my experience of the 8 cities I went through?
I'm going to guess it's not Italian.
Well, we'll throw it out there.
We got it as the Honda SH150i when it was here, but I don't know if it's still the same thing.
It is not, and it will kind of fucking surprise you, and yay for Italy. Anyone?
Is it not a Liberty?
It's the Liberty. It's the Liberty.
It did come back up.
The Liberty is
the working man.
the Liberty is the working.
She's doing the work.
Working man's
That
bike.
was the thing. Is the SH150 was the big wheeled Honda, and it's made. The one we got was made in Italy.
Well,
it was literally made.
Honda
in Italy
made them in
and shipped
Italy
over.
to avoid the tariffs.
Yeah, right.
So
Sure.
for a while, the SH150 was definitely the king of the
Wow.
game. And the Liberties are
They're
fucking
taking it back.
everywhere. And the Italian Post uses Liberties that are set up with a front
I
rack and a
told
box on
you
the back.
that was the best deal in bikes.
Best deal in the world. Best deal. Best deal. So Liberties are amazing there. Everybody has them.
I hope my younger brother is listening.
We saw some fucking shit. So Yamaha makes a 3-wheel scooter. Kimco makes a 3-wheel scooter. Piaggio obviously makes a 3-wheeled scooter.
Is 3-wheeled still real hot? Over
2 in the
there
front,
right now?
1 in the back. No, it's not hot, but they're way more than there are here.
Sure.
And when you see them, the people that are driving them are sad because because they have a scooter, but they can't go in all the scootery places.
They're randomly hit by buses also.
Yeah. So
It just nudges them back 6 inches.
So there were probably more Honda Silverwings, which is now getting long in the tooth. You know, that's a 20-year-old bike now. I saw so many Honda Silverwings, but the Super Cruise, the Super Maxi scooters, right? The Mega Maxis.
The Bergmans.
Bergmans. Did not see a single Bergman 600, saw one Bergman 400.
Okay. What about the Bevy?
So Beverleys are everywhere, including... Bevy 500s are there.
Okay.
But of course, Beverly 300s and 350s and 400s are now everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That is people love those.
But I
bikes.
figured you'd see a whole bunch of beat up like Road Dog 500.
The Beverly 200.
Oh.
Carbureted Beverly 200 gets I never saw one with less than 70,000 kilometers on it. People are driving the shit out of those things.
Hey, Phil, guess who's here?
Who's here?
Uh-huh.
Hey! Look at that. Our friend Nick is here. Yay! Yay, Nick's here.
Nice out.
Nick. Good.
Hold on. I will put on the top. Go to the bar cam. That microphone doesn't do anything right now currently.
Yeah, it's a dead mic. So what? Yeah, Nick. How you doing, buddy?
Just lean over Phil's shoulder.
Right. If Nick wants to talk, he's going to share the microphone with me a little bit.
I didn't see you guys there.
We moved the whole podcast setup, Nick, while you were gone.
Sean, can you go over and do Nick's hair up a little bit?
Talking
more?
about-
What are you talking about? It
we-
looks great.
Very good flop.
I thought you'd say that.
It does. So I'm definitely going to have to go back because every single time I told Merritt, I was like, we got to go get a bike right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did you ever get any seat time? Because I know you talked
here's
about
the
it.
problem is I really had every intention and starting because of the days we were there, which is the Christmas holiday. And the Catholics do tend to take the Christmas holiday fairly seriously.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. So,
I'll be goddamned.
well, another thing I'd like to say is that the Italians tend to take their holidays I'm sorry. The Italians tend to take the days they don't have to go to work pretty seriously. To the extent where when we went to pick up the little Fiat Pandina and we got to the SIXT 6th rental location at Salerno by the train stop. 6th. 60. We got to the fucking store where they were supposed to be like, hi, we're going to meet you there at 11 o'clock and give you the keys to your rental car. Well, this is down like the heart of Salerno. So the storefront is pretty fucking small and they go run and go get the cars from a parking garage several blocks away and bring the car to you. And they triple park the car in front of the store while you are shoved into the car and told to fuck right off. And you're trying to take pictures of the car looking for damage. And they're like, we don't play that here. Get the fucking thing, go. Right? It's not like an American
It's
car
been
rental experience.
It's been hit by a bus so many times.
Oh, man. So we got there and the door was locked. So the doors were closed. There's nobody in there and the lights aren't on. So I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. So there's a phone number on the taped to a piece of paper. So I'm like, okay, guy's on his coffee break or whatever. It's 11 o'clock. Who knows? And they like to take the middle of the day from about 2 p.m. to about 6:30 or 7 o'clock. They take that part of the day off. And the restaurant's open at about 7:30. And then they're open till about 11. So somehow an Italian restaurant can stay open, being only open for 4 hours a day. And they're not in any hurry to get you out of there because a meal in Italy lasts about 4 hours. We get there, I pull the door real hard and the door opens. So I pull the door real hard and the door opens and I walk into the 6th rental office and I'm like, well, this is bound to set off an alarm. I bet you somebody says, may I help you real fucking quickly now that the locked door with the dark room has now been breached. No, fucking nothing, man. So the kids, like the person that works there, their like electric Segway scooter, like their stand-up scooter was there that they probably used to go back and forth to get the bikes from the parking deck. And there's nobody in the building, like nobody. I could have taken anything I wanted and run the fuck off and they would have had nothing to say about it. We're calling all the phone numbers. We can't get somebody to show up to give us the keys to the car. And meanwhile, we have a very small window of time that we have to make it to. We got to get our ass to Matera. Well, eventually, when I start pressing buttons on their computers, because I'm like, we'll let somebody know we're here. Merritt's calling every customer service line like, we're here, we need the car an hour ago. Where the hell are your people? The kid shows up with a coffee in one hand and a cigarette in the other. And I'm like, hey, what's up? He's the kid who told me his Fiat Panda got stolen in Napoli. Super nice kid. Goes and gets the car. And the car he goes to get us, it doesn't run. Or it's been brought back in a less than favorable condition. So he has to drop back and punt and give us the brand new 2026 Fiat Pandina with 10,000 clicks on it. Yay! We were as much rejoicing. And so he's being super cool about like, yeah, don't scratch it, don't scuff it, don't park it anywhere there's not an armed guard because this thing is going to get stolen. We've had 3 stolen this month.
Are you sure you don't want a Dodge Charger?
Yeah. We're Chevy Camaro, right? Yeah, we have Chevy Camaro.
We have a convertible.
Right. We do. And we took the thing, and then when we brought it back, we had a train to catch. So we had like no time. So we brought it back to the same place we rented it from, go up, and again, fucking door's locked, can't return the car. We look inside and there's a thing that says, oh, if you show up here and there's nobody here, return the car at XYZ parking deck 4 blocks away, and they'll know what to do. Well, it's like super subterranean. We sneak our way back alley Sally, get down there, pull up, and go into like this world's most impossible smallest parking deck, and only a Fiat Panda will fit in there. And I'm like, 6th auto return? And he goes, see, come outside, like, get in here. Like, okay, great. So we pull in, and I'm like, paperwork, anything else? He's like, andiamo. Get the fuck out of here, right? And I was like, you're shitting me, right?
And another Panda's been stolen.
Right. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. There is no way that I'm leaving.
Weirdly, he answered in Russian.
So
it's now in Croatian. It's weird.
So I made the guy stand next to the car, right? Merritt's standing next to him, holding the rental contract in her hand with the keys. I made him stand next to the car, and I took a picture of the car with his obvious parking garage background behind it. And I emailed it to customer service to prove that we had the car back at 2:15, right? Because fuck them.
You're like on your watch, like,
Oh yeah, like the whole deal, right?
Dude sitting like a block and a half away with like a chocolate croissant, a little cuppa, and a
Well, we're on the freaking Frecciarossa on our way to Rome at 186 miles an hour, and my phone is exploding from SIXT because now it's 5 p.m. and we're supposed to return the car before 5 p.m. and they can't find their car.
Yeah, no wonder they're getting stolen. Just take it, park it in this parking garage, leave the keys on top of it.
And there were 100 other cars in there, and they got to, like, every time a car comes in, they got to move 45 other cars, like Tetris, to move this one in. And the guy wrote the word 6th on a yellow Post-it note and stuck it to the windshield when we dropped it off. And I was like, not one molecule of paperwork was done. Not one computer or hand-powered device was waved anywhere near this car. I told Merritt, they don't know that car. They have no idea where that car is. And then I looked at our rental contract, and the license plate on our rental contract was different than the car we had.
Oopsies.
And I was like, fucking Italians. And so when we got to Rome and I was able to, and this is, by the way, this is New Year's Eve at this point. And it's New Year's Eve, which, again, did I mention the holidays? I'm on the horn with somebody in Germany at 6th Auto Rental. And I'm like, look, I sent you pictures. That car is there. It's at their spot. When we picked it up, there was nobody there. When we dropped it off, there was nobody there. And the person on the phone just went, yes, this is what happens in Italy. And you could tell they'd had enough of it. You were just like, okay, we weren't the first ones.
Yeah.
It was fucking sketch. But yeah, it was really renting a car in Italy. Take pictures of the cocksucker, every angle, take pictures of the odometer, take pictures of everything. And then when you return it, the same thing, do a complete fucking profile for the car.
Honestly, would be inclined to do it here just as well sometimes now.
So Sean,
Yeah.
your mom's in the chat.
Oh, yes. Yes, I saw.
There you go.
She was there. Hi, Mom.
Super cool. So most popular motorcycle that we saw on the roads in Italy.
Well, not anymore. Huh.
Anyone like to gather or anybody like to make a guess? Motorcycle meaning, and I'm just going to say, for the sake of this discussion, it'll be something over 400 cc's. Anyone like to?
Moto Guzzi.
He nailed it.
Is she?
We saw more Moto Guzzi V7s. significantly more Moto Guzzi V7s.
I'm rebodying the V85 as the police bike. I've always wanted the V35, but we
saw 3 different police departments that were on V85s, on V85 TTs.
Okay.
3 different departments, and they were just fucking moving, like zipping, zagging in and out of stuff. No fucks given.
Bobby Smith is actually repainting his like the police bike.
They're super cool, and the Cabannieris, like they're all like fashion designer shit, like Louis Vuitton or whatever, like Prada cop gear. Yeah, the whole deal. It was something to see that many V7s being used every day by everybody in every fucking permutation.
Are they being like loaded down with anything? Or are they just like...
They're just street bikes.
They're just street bikes.
They're just street bikes. They're not set up for touring. They're just daily drivers.
No chicken coops?
No, you know what? No chicken coops on the back, but...
What years were they, would you guess? Like newer or older?
2009 and newer.
Okay.
2009 and newer.
Okay.
If you're riding a vintage motorcycle in Rome, Sorrento, Salerno, if you're riding a vintage motorcycle or a vintage scooter, you make everybody super happy. Vintage Vespa being ridden in Rome, everybody is like, hey, ciao, and like really big deal. We saw people pull up to a red light on a 1964 Vespa GL, like the white one we have in the shop, like beat up just the perfect level of patina, and people stop and get out of the car and pat the guy on the back. Because like you're the coolest guy in town,
Uncle
man.
Frederico built that in 1960.
Yeah, it's very popular.
Quick side note question.
Yeah.
Did you see anybody smoking a cigarette behind a very tall windscreen?
Yes, and that was not. Did I ever? No, that's all of them.
This is why they ride the Liberty, because it's very tall tires.
Okay,
and they have the very tall windscreen.
I will. So after our 5th or 6th day, Merritt said, "Do you have any BV 350s at the shop that are just like rough or whatever?" And I was like, I think we do have one at the shop that's pretty rough. And she goes, okay, your mission is going to be to put the tallest windshield Piaggio makes for it, a set of a Tucano Urbano lap apron, because they all have them.
Oh, yeah.
The hippo hands, right? And a GV box on the back. And that is, and they're all
the full kit. And
this is, now I'm finally having my eyes opened. We were so pissed off at the dealership. Why is Vespa, a company that is known for fun and awesome and cool, why does their Piaggio line only come in white, silver, slightly darker silver, gray, and black? That's the color spectrum.
Right.
And it turns out because
colorblind.
No, it's because all the bikes are the color of pollution. So that you don't go wash your bike in Italy.
Yeah, no.
The bike never gets washed. We saw relatively new bikes that were filthy, and we saw bikes that were Primaveras, but first-gen Primaveras that just looked like they'd been having the shit kicked out of them for the past 10 years. But the average city bike is between, on the spectrum, just the grayscale. Like there is no color there.
This is why the Lucky Bike is just such a weird color, because it's red.
It's really fucking weird. And everything is like monochrome colors, like everything's like that. And then when you get to the Vespas, things get a little sexier and a little more fun. They let loose on the Vespas a little bit.
So how does Merritt want to use the bike?
Merritt just thinks it'd be fun to have a Rome working scooter, like to have a bike that was like every bike we saw in Rome. And there are a lot of 350s.
You have it. It's called the Scarabeo that's sitting in your garage.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, that is the right amount of patina as well. It does. And we did see a lot of Scarabeos. We saw a lot of fucking beat to shit bikes that should have been retired a long time ago, but that were held together with tape. And they're everywhere, and they're being ridden.
The Zigzag, man.
Oh my God, they're so old.
To me, that was the most famous beat up bike that came through the shop.
Oh my God, that thing was just trash. And that's just the whole thing there. And parking with cars, yeah, there's people running around writing $300 parking tickets on every car windshield with a level of aggression you can't possibly win. You know, if you don't know the parking rules. But if you have a two-wheeler, then nobody gives a fuck. You can park it anywhere. You can park a two-wheeler anywhere in the fucking city. Nobody gives a shit. Find somebody else breaking the law and pull right in next to them, And now there's 2 people breaking the law. And what are they going to do about that? They triple park on the side of the road where you're like, oh, that bike's going to get hit. We saw a cherry Vespa Rally 200 that was beautiful. I mean, a gorgeous bike. And it was parked. It was no shit, triple parked against the curb, begging to get hit by a bus. And we watched the bus pull up to it, and I told Merritt, I was like, that thing's just going to, that bus is going to punt that thing into the next fucking world. And the bus stopped, and the bus made the car coming the other way get out of the way so the bus could go around the Rally 200. Because there's like that level of respect for old, and if you've got a Cinquecento or an old baby Fiat, like if you've got an old Fiat 500, yeah, you own that place. If you have a running, they're everywhere on the side of the road dead. Like people use them as art, people use them as like yard displays and stuff. But if you're running around in a baby Fiat, yeah, that's it. There are no traffic laws that apply to you. You could do whatever the fuck you want. I watched a guy pull up in front of a restaurant in the turning lane. It was the actual turning lane where all the traffic is. He pulled up in a baby Fiat. He jumped out of the car, left the car running, went into the restaurant. And I was like, I just want to see how long he can pull that off. And he was in there a good long time, then came back out, 200 people honking and flipping him the bird. And he's just yelling at them. Meanwhile, he could have got in and been gone a while ago. But road rage in Italy is an art. Bus driver wouldn't
you just meant rage in Italy.
Well, the bus driver wouldn't let 2 people on our bus. And rightfully so, the bus was completely packed to the windshield. So these 2 guys are trying to get on the bus. This is the last bus before Christmas. These 2 guys argued with the bus driver to the point where the bus driver parked the bus, got out of his chair, got out of the bus, and was arguing with those guys. Okay? And that bus driver was like, he's committed. He's going to win. The bus driver has all the power in the world. He has the keys to the bus. He's not going to let these 2 guys on. 3 minutes later, he's letting the 2 guys on, and they are best friends. And they were screaming and yelling and pushing on each other and the whole deal. And yeah, 3 minutes later, those guys were in the bus, literally hands against the windshield because there was nothing for them to hold on to. They were in that no man's zone at the front of the bus. And the bus driver's chatting with them about like, oh, where'd you go to school and everything else. It's super cool. So the battle is violent and it's wickedly loud, but somebody will yield and then they're like cool with it. And the guy behind us was like, yeah, that's every day on an Italian bus.
They went to the same high school.
Probably. Yeah. So that's cool. I met the guy who designs and engineers the Lamborghini V8 motors. Ooh. That was a fun one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Was he on vacation from Volkswagen in Germany?
Well, so, Tom, you may know that Lamborghini's building their own motors now. Mm-hmm. So
they're still part of Volkswagen Auto Group.
Yes, but they don't have Audi VW motors in them anymore.
No more V10s.
Right. So these are V8s.
Or, W10.
These are V8s now that have
I can't
900 horsepower.
Are they just purely? Is it a hybrid powertrain? I forget.
I don't know.
I forget.
I don't know, but I did not exactly know who he was, and I met him at the bar, and he's a super nice guy. Tiki bar. I can find a tiki bar in Salerno for the record. Mission accomplished. But
speaking of which, I owe the guy in Dallas at the tiki bar an apology and a tip.
Oops.
Sorry, what the hell? How do you own? How do you? What you rat fucked him, and you also didn't tip him.
And he also
we paid him.
He sent a voice message in. Would you like to hear it?
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh fucking. Sleepy's got a gig board now.
Knowing Sleepy's background and seeing
box.
that from over his shoulder,
Yeah.
I expect him to drop the beat any minute now.
Oh, that's just for Oscar. Oscar just got so happy right now. He got so super duper happy.
I haven't even loaded all the ideas I have.
No idea. The Transalp, shit ton of Transalps. Everybody's loving the T7 and the Transalp there. We did see a lot of those. We saw quite a few of those being ridden.
I can see the Transalp being a perfect bike for there because there's not a lot of real off-road opportunities in Europe.
Right.
And that's a good utilitarian bike, but you don't need the hardcore off-road chops.
Not at all.
Aren't the Alps right there?
It's in the name.
It's the most appropriate bike ever for that area.
Did not see one Stelvio. Oh. Because we were in the south of Italy. Yep, go figure. The
Pass it back this way.
All right, so now we're going to go into the deepest of deep dives.
Oh,
The number one most seen helmet on the road in Italy, bar fucking none. I don't care what kind of bike you're on. And I'm telling you that if you're on a Multistrada, or if you're on an vintage Ducati, or if you're on a Moto V7, or you're on a Liberty 150 or Liberty 125 in their case, there is one helmet that reigns supreme in the entire world of Italian motorcycle two-wheeled operation.
I'm going to guess Nolan.
Okay, that country of origin absolutely nailed it. That would be my guess too. Anyone else? All right, throw the picture up, Sleepy. The winner by a giant margin is the Momo Jet helmet. The Momo Jet.
Wow.
Momo has got the fucking corner on the market.
but that looks exactly like the helmet I bought off of you like 10 years ago with the flip. I still wear it on my home or my scooters.
Yeah.
They were popular in the 90s, right? Momo Jet helmets have always been popular. And it's, under $200, give or take. I did find out, I think they're distributed by I think AGV has owns Momo Design or something, or sells the Momo helmets, because I did check, and our US AGV distributor, no Momo, but they are
No mo.
well. I mean, it is
No mo.
it is the Coke
No
Zero
Mo.
of helmets. They are fucking
No Mo.
everywhere.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Coke Zero.
It is fucking everywhere, and you see every possible version of that freaking helmet. But here's what killed me: is whether a guy was on a BMW GS, I saw a Gold Wing with a trike conversion that was the toe pack outrigger for 2 extra wheels business. Every human on a motorcycle in Italy is wearing either a Momo Jet helmet or a knockoff of a Momo Jet helmet. Even guys that are on like R1s are not wearing full face helmets. I did not see. I saw one dude carrying a full face AGV. Everyone else is rocking the Momos.
That's because that's all their money makers. You don't want to cover that up.
Well,
They're French.
you did see the AGV helmet for people with a good haircut, right?
Oh no, you got something?
I'm going to pull it up. So
I got to see this.
yeah, for Italian haircuts. The Italians years and years ago, they came up with a helmet law in Italy, and it was not well appreciated. And people got really fucking pissed off about it, to the point where they were trying to stop guys on motorcycles for riding around, because in Italy, a $400 haircut is like a thing, right? For men. And yeah, right. When they changed the law, people were getting run down by the cops, and people were like, I think there was fatality involved of somebody that just refused to wear their helmet because of their haircut. So I did see this the other day, and I honestly lost track of it, but I thought it was AGV, that the helmet had everything except a top. And it was weird. And it was just a news item that just hit.
So like it didn't have. So your brain pan was.
It covered your ears. Mm-hmm. It covered all the way out, and there was a pair of sunglasses on the front that were like holding the back half of it together. It covered the lower part of your medulla oblongata. It has a strap under your chin. But the top of your head, the actual top of the head, where your hair is, was wide open. Yeah, and I will find a picture of it. I'm going to.
And we didn't get AI'd on that one?
I don't think we. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
We could have. I mean, yeah. Right. That it was crazy. So yeah, but that Momo design, that fucking helmet.
Well,
everywhere.
Didn't Vespa use Momo for a while here?
I thought they might have, Tom. I thought they did,
Because I've seen they have them here.
Yeah, I think they might
had
have.
them.
Yeah, we've had a problem with some of the Vespa helmets not being DOT approved. So they're approved for whatever the European standards are, but they're not for the US, and that's been a problem.
Well, that's because they're leather wrapped half shell helmets that are kind of like barely legal.
Right. I literally am typing in motorcycle helmet for guys with a fancy haircut. I'm just gonna.
Well, that's
I'm just gonna throw all the power.
Topless motorcycle helmet.
I tried topless motorcycle helmet, and you don't want to know what came back.
Yes, I do.
Which Asian country was it where they were using like colanders?
Yeah.
Like colanders with like bungee cords?
I've found plenty of helmets that have a hair cut on top of them, right?
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, the ones with the fake mohawk?
yeah. Go ahead, throw it up. Yeah, there's a helmet under there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just put a wig on your
Yeah,
helmet?
put a wig on your helmet.
Oh, it looks,
Yeah.
it literally looks like somebody
Here,
put a
there you go.
toupee. Oh,
Oh,
that.
no.
I want that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
oh, whoa.
yeah.
So yeah, no, it is for the players at home. It literally is a dude with a beard, like
That dude, that is a stomp, clap, hey band front fucking front singer.
oh, Sleepy. This is a perfect helmet for you.
Yeah, why not?
yeah,
It's got the beard and everything all built in. Oh, that I love that.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
okay.
so yeah,
I
these
want
are literally hair pieces on.
That's a fucking alien little mouth helmet. I don't
Yeah.
want that.
That's
hair
pretty good.
pieces glued to skin colored
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive. There you go.
helmets. Oh, that's got a man bun.
That's completely
Okay.
real,
See,
guys.
because one of the things, Phil, one of the
Just
comments,
pointing it out.
Just point it out, guys.
I know.
I think Sleepy's on top of this. Sleepy's like, dude, that does not pass the sniff test.
Yeah.
I have young kids in my house.
Right.
They've educated me about AI.
About AI.
One of the comments has always
I have
been that
seen
the
one of these,
podcast
though.
listeners that don't do the video want,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
they want
captions.
to know what we're talking
And it
about.
literally is a man bun on skin colored 3/4 helmet.
This one is real because I saw this at a motorcycle show years ago.
got?
Yeah, this is a real one. You can throw that one up to the screen.
Oh, God.
Because that
Okay,
is,
yeah,
that is the one that is one that really does exist.
That's a wrap over a helmet.
That is a wrap over helmet.
That makes
That's
sense.
exactly right.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. That's real. That's legit.
I expect Sleepy to have one that is just like a raccoon cap
Yeah. Just a full
glued
raccoon
to a
head.
3/4.
No, you know what the tattoo I want to get is a raccoon wearing a human hat.
Yes, that
With the hand
that's the way to
hanging
do
out
it.
the back.
Yeah, fuck the raccoon tail, the coon tail helmet.
Yeah.
We were in the bus one time, and somebody came left to center at us at about 100 miles an hour, wearing a bunny hat, a bunny helmet. So they had like the regular stuff on, but their helmet was a bunny with giant bunny ears. And even the bus driver was like, look at this guy. He was like, yeah, look at this guy. He's on your windshield.
That was only half the costume. They were actually playing roadkill. You only got to see the beginning of it.
It was pretty wild. So they, good times in Italy for everybody. I would go back and take a bike. And this trip wasn't about that. We tried like hell to find a rental bike. We couldn't find a rental bike. We went to heroic means to try to square a bike away for Salerno just to do the Amalfi Coast on two wheels. Everybody we talked to was like, oh, if you want to do the Amalfi Coast, yeah, this is the time to do it though, because in summer it's a parking lot. The entire thing is like moving at 2 miles an hour. So he's like, do it this time of the year, but you can't do it during the Christmas season because the guys that rent the scooters out, the guys that rent the motorcycles out, they pretty well fuck off. Like we saw signs that said we're closed from December 12th to January 8th. That's their Christmas break.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows about Ferragosto in Italy, where the entire month of August,
It's delicious.
the Italians don't work in August.
But you
'cause
know
it's
what's
hot.
funny? I can guarantee you that 90% of the people that work in a bigger office kind of thing or like whatever, it's like all the dudes that are high up take half the month of December off. All the vendors take it off, everything. So like if you're stuck working, you literally are just sitting there with your thumb in your ass. Like it sucks. It's stupid.
Business does.
So
That's
ask
what
Phil,
I do best.
Ask Phil how many days I take off.
We can't count them.
Yeah.
It is impossible to count.
But
Tom's
that's why you haven't fired
days.
him yet.
Right. Well,
Because,
I mean,
if he
the
was
whole
there
thing
every
is-
day.
Right. The job security is there's no other job in the world where somebody would be able to be like, okay, this is your number of days off that you're allocated in a year.
Right.
Because the concept is fluid. I mean, there is no.
Oh, hey, by the way, we drove to Dallas.
Oh my God.
But we stopped off and saw the Ducks in Memphis.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But like we did like a 17-hour drive flat out and then a 17-hour flat back. Last night we got back in at 2.
Yeah.
But that's like
out of control.
So, but the next 3 days I'm going to be working.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That sounds rough.
Yeah. What are you, a fireman?
I mean, I literally was in the Silver Suites in the AT&T Stadium in Dallas at the
Like yesterday.
yeah, yesterday.
Pete's like, I used to have to work 8 days in a row. That's having to barbecue 8 days in a row.
Yeah. It's
We're thinking about the Dominican Republic next week.
next week. Yeah, it's like, well, it's actually yesterday when we got back, I was like, oh, we'll do the podcast, because originally I was like, oh, let's do the podcast Thursday night. It'll be fine. And we had pretty heavy snow in Detroit that we had to deal with on the plane. So I was happy that we kind of decided to do Friday night because it would have been super tight to get for me.
Plus, we got Nick.
And we got Nick.
Well, and on top of that, yesterday at about the time we were doing the podcast, I was bleeding on everything, and there was fucking cables everywhere. Still,
word.
Yeah, man, my entire basement is now a biohazard thanks to you.
I know. The best part was I didn't realize how much blood was on my face and everything.
Yeah.
And so I drove all the way home like that. And when I walked in the door, my daughter was like,
what's going on?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's crazy,
It
man.
was funny.
And don't forget, Cinch is still in the concussion protocol.
Right,
is
he is
true.
the concussion protocol. Absolutely.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
Oh man. The
Oh, Lord.
Oh, you're good.
I actually saw the top of his head today when he came in, and I saw it. And any normal person would have cost 12 stitches.
No, dude, that's fine.
But Sleepy's just like, I'll walk it off.
No, it's funny.
It's just brain damage.
I couldn't find anything down here, so I had toilet paper.
Yeah.
So I just kept smashing toilet paper into it till
Yeah.
it stopped bleeding, and then I put my hat back on. And wait, I left it like that all last night.
Yeah.
So I slept in it with my hat on.
Oh, you did?
Because it kept all the blood in.
Oh my God.
And so then it was dry when I woke up, and I worked this morning, and then
Right.
finally I had to do something this afternoon, and like I took a shower before I did it.
Yeah.
It just fucking looked like Carrie, dude.
It had to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
There is duct tape down here.
I was going to say,
Which poll did you do? What?
No, you
just
see-
go the Maxi Pad Mohawk.
So there's Tom has some ducting that goes up
Yes.
like this.
That's that
and
sheet-
I went down to
sheet
get a
iron.
cable, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
I got it on the first thing that I stood up with much velocity.
I'm so proud of myself.
Right into
Sleepy.
that
Oh.
fucking thing, dude.
Sleepy, there's literally Depends on the shelf for the
But-
pull and go bathroom at Mid Ohio.
But John, what time did you leave?
Like 6?
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
we're
so I'm
closer-
missing like an hour.
Closer to 7.
I'm missing an hour. I got an hour of
missing
lost
like an
time.
hour in there.
You don't know it, but you were laying on the floor.
I-
there.
Yeah, it
Sure.
might have been. Yeah.
Well,
you
no,
have
there was
idea.
John was
blood.
doing that Fortnite dance over your forehead.
I was hoping that somebody didn't walk in because I think it looked like a murder scene for a minute.
I think
there.
it might
was
have
pretty
been.
gnarly.
Just so you know, I did most of this, but I'm letting him take credit.
There's
Most of the important stuff.
Oh God.
So I don't know if you guys know this. If you like MotoGP, MotoGP champion Marc Marquez
Yeah.
and his partner Gemma, they have done something I think is pretty fucking cool. Out of his own pocket, they are covering 680,000 euros of school children meal support in districts in Catalonia, Aragon, Valencia, and Andalusia, Spain. So these kids that don't have enough food to eat in those areas that are having a hard time, they're having unpaid. They have these unpaid food balances for over 100 public schools. 8,500 children are going to be fed now, thanks to a motorcycle GP racer that's stepping up in the neighborhood of, in American dollars, that's about $800,000. That's really cool, and I just wanted to bring attention to that because we see a lot of people have a lot of money that don't really spread it around a little bit.
I'm under the impression Spain's kind of taking it hard.
They're taking it hard.
I know even, years ago there were like abandoned cities and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like, just like,
there's a lot of places there that aren't doing great. I mean, there are a lot of places here that aren't doing great. But I just wanted to say that this, Marc Marquez, if you follow MotoGP racing, love him or hate him, the guy's a great rider. The guy's a fantastic rider. Really is. I think that doing this is a really powerful move for a guy that's doing well for himself, and for him to say, "This is what I'm doing." Is I'm going to feed some kids. And feeding a lot of kids too. By the way, this is nice. I mean, the whole idea of this program. And I love he does the interview from his hospital bed because he pretty bad get off. Mm-hmm. But this is pretty rad. Kind of a thing that I hope that other stars, I hope that other people that are good at things and get paid a lot of money to do it. I think that's great. If we can do that, put some money to feed some kids.
And you think about it, man, like how much money do people need? Like, you know what I mean? I don't make that much money, and I don't I don't need much more in my like stuff wise. You know, like if I had $1 billion, I would fucking hook everybody up.
And I think that's really a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that generosity is really cool. That's pretty neat. That's cool. We dig that. So really neat that he did that. And it wasn't the kind of thing, he didn't do it in front of 50 TV cameras or anything else. He just did it.
That's what makes it super cool.
Yeah, it is.
Because there's always like ulterior motive when you see a dude stand up in front of a bunch of people and they're like, taking pictures and things. And like, we're donating this.
Yeah, and that's neat. That's super cool. So that's a good thing. I love it when I see people that are, athletes, when I see people that are in places where there's a very high reward for their skill set, a very high reward for their talent base, and they're not being stingy about it. They're helping out. They're doing their part. I think that's super cool. That's great. Yeah. So if somebody wants to pay me every time I whack off, I'll give a lot of that to children because I'm good at it.
What? You might want to rethink
I
that
turned
line.
pro on that years ago.
That line, though, just think about this together. Let's just separate.
Hold on. We're not saying I'm going to give it to children.
I think you got to rephrase that.
You're talking about the money, right?
Yeah,
Right, the money. The money.
Yeah, thank you.
The money. The money, honey.
The proceeds, not the product.
Yeah. That's
Hey, how about that weather? Huh?
Hey. Yeah.
Did anyone catch a story this week about the
P puts the
treasure trove of
Yes.
Oh yeah.
treasure trove of collector
Wednesday
bikes?
guy or whatever.
Let's go ahead. We can
Weddings?
throw it up. Wedding.
Yeah.
Ryan Wedding, man. Oh, wow. When good guys what was he a pro? Was he a pro skateboarder?
Snowboarder.
Yeah,
So like we
snowboarder.
talking like you're not thinking of the cool snowboarders. This was like pre-80s. He was the ski boots, both feet strapped to the board, slalom snowboarder.
Slalom. Yeah. High speed slalom.
Yeah. So and that's questionably snowboarding.
It's not
That's
freestyle.
skiing with the boards put
It's
together.
high speed slalom.
A mono ski or
Yeah.
something.
Right. He wasn't on a fucking surfboard. Like he
So
wasn't
you
the
do a lot
original.
of skiing there? Sitch?
Somebody sounds a little pretentious about snowboarding.
That was my thing back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Canadian fella, right? But apparently
He loves the snow.
he does, and apparently, what did they say? It was a Sinaloan cartel backing him up. So apparently, they can't find him, but they found his shit. Found apparently a metric fuck ton of racing motorcycles.
Super thoroughbred shit, man.
Right,
And he's on like the most wanted list.
Oh yeah, I think he's. And
No,
they
I-
said $15 million.
Yeah.
So there's a $15 million bounty on his head. So that's something.
I watched a guy, this dude from Europe, did a whole deep dive video into all the different bikes that they found and everything,
Yes.
and then he goes over the story. So this
Okay.
guy didn't only sell drugs,
Yeah, no,
but he had people. He had potential witnesses,
Right. Yeah.
unalived.
Yes, that's
Not personally, but
right.
he paid for it.
Yeah, and if you do the math on these numbers that they're saying, then that means the average motorcycle had to have a value of over $400,000, which is highly unlikely.
Thruston Justin says he was in the 02 Olympics.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, as
There
a
you go.
slalom dude.
There you go.
Well, no, but some of those MotoGP bikes, I mean, they are worth $250,000, $300,000 because they were $1 million bikes.
Yeah,
I mean, you only
get
need
it,
a couple of those.
There's
to
going to
start.
be a couple of those pure race team bikes that are going to be well into the millions.
Yeah.
It's not going to take many of them.
Well, it's a physical it's a physical asset you can literally trade for anything. So if you need money,
And
it's money. If you need something else to trade it for, it's something else.
And well, they also found all of the other intangible items that people use to shelter their ill-gotten gains. They
And like-
found art,
like three
They-
Van Goghs.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's so when you find art and extremely elusive rare motorcycles, yeah, that's just money on the hoof.
But you know what I didn't see?
There's Valentino Rossi bikes in there.
There's at least
did he
five.
ride?
There's at least five hippos.
Sure, I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure he did. The fact that he went ahead and acquired those. But here's the weird thing: is I've chased after a couple of vintage road racing bikes that were owned by some cool people, and they're usually pretty fucking hard to lay your hands on.
Yeah.
So usually, I mean, these
Well,
are
yeah, they're all in this asshole's fucking caravan.
Well, yeah.
He's going to flood the market now. He's going to
Well,
knock the bottom out of the price.
Gov deals next week is going to be fucking fire.
no, it's not Gov deals. It's Mexican Gov deals.
Oh,
Because
Oscar, if you're listening, we need to get on this.
well, I don't know if you guys remember, but the last time there was a giant raid and they got a whole bunch of luxury vehicles and luxury motorcycles and Harley Davidsons and everything else. They put them in a line and they drove a Cat D9 over.
Oh yeah, I
Right?
do remember. We all cried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
okay.
terrible.
So
Oh no, I want to drive the Cat D9 over a bunch of Harleys. That's just me.
well, this is not the country where they tend to go, look at this ridiculous asset. We're going to go ahead and we're going to auction this asset off to, bring money into our police department. This is the country where they're like, look at this incredible asset. We burn it at noon because they don't want other people that have bags of stolen money to come in and buy his shit that was ill-gotten gains, because that's a real thing. If you don't, I've worked my share of police auctions. If you don't think assholes come in to buy the car that was confiscated from their being bad guys, like a guy gets his car confiscated because he's a drug guy, and who shows up at the police auction 7 months later to buy that car from the city? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that guy. Because guess what cities do? They don't tend to sell them for full retail market value. So shit that sells at police auctions tends to go. Raise your hand if you've been to a police auction. Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you say that the items selling at the police auction were being sold over retail? Fuck no. Shit was being sold at ridiculously cheap prices.
Get it out of here.
I bought
Everything
a Cannondale bicycle at a police auction for $25. Yeah. Right? So I bought motorcycles at police auctions for $50 and $100. So when sometimes a police department or a drug enforcement agency wants to send a message, and rather than letting a different drug dealer buy that asset or a lawyer for a different drug dealer buy that asset, they'd rather just crush the fucker. Send a message, right?
It seems rather short-sighted for limited stuff.
Right.
Like common stuff, like you can crush fat boys all day. I don't care.
Yeah,
Crush
okay,
fat-
fine.
Like the picture from one of the Asian countries where
Yeah.
they crushed a bunch of PX 150s.
They had a ton of PX 150s.
And I'm like,
Crushed the living hell out of
okay, it sucks, but it's just
Yeah.
a PX 150. Now you're talking about one of a one.
Right. Yeah.
And that, in my opinion,
Well, our
short-sighted.
Cleveland impound lot has tightened up big time on motorcycles. So it used to be they would do a police auction about every 6 months on the accumulated motorcycles. And there are so many accumulated motorcycles in the Cleveland impound lots that now you can't, if your motorcycle is in the impound lot for more than 30 days, it is probably going to go away bye-bye. You can't get it back again. Mm-hmm. And it used to be your motorcycle could be in the impound lot for 4 or 5, 6 months, and you could go get it back when you get out of jail or you beat your case.
Did you say 10 days, right?
Yeah, 10 days is the fastest now. So they're not required by law to keep the vehicle in the Cleveland impound lot for more than 10 days. So now I don't know if any of you have ever had an interesting type of a ticket, but if you've had an interesting type of a ticket,
I have had a few.
it may take you longer than 10 days to clear that ticket to the point where you can get an impound release to go get your shit out of impound. And if you
Where's the IT department?
I have no idea what happened over there. It just timed out, a power surge, something. It'll come back.
It's not affecting us.
It's not affecting us.
Keep talking, Phil.
But how bad, how bad would you be, or how bad pissed off would you be if you went to your lawyer and you went to the court and you paid your fines and you paid your fees and you got the slip from the city that said you're allowed to have your CBR back, and you go to the impound lot with your slip and they're like, no, that already left. That got crushed. That's history.
it's just give it a minute.
Yep.
No, you can't do shit. It's fine. It may be dead.
No, it's
No, it's
Like
the
something like-
power. Wait, no, never mind.
it's the power.
Well, I
So-
said that TV is about 10 years old. So if it, oh, there it goes. It comes back.
There you
There
go.
was a guy when
There you go.
I went up to Chicago and sold some bikes.
Yeah.
This is back on like treasure troves of bikes.
Yeah.
And he had the most amazing collection of 60s vintage Honda race bikes.
Yeah.
Like TDs, TR,
Ooh.
like,
Yeah.
like, oh, and like not just like, he had racks, like,
Right.
up to the ceiling. The whole place was like, he's like, yeah, I built this $1 million warehouse to put my collection.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh?
Just have his bikes in.
And I'm like, oh, well, you obviously don't care about the $5,000 worth of crap I'm selling.
No, why would he be interested? But the guys that do that,
I had Big Bear Scrambler. It was really nice. It needed a motor, but everything else was great on it, especially the tank, and he wanted that.
Yeah.
But what he had, I'm like, why are you buying this shit from me? You've got a huge collection, a museum of 60s Yamaha race bikes.
I know
once you get locked into a serious drug collection, you have to complete it.
Thank you, Hunter. Right. It's hard to pump the brakes.
Right.
The Oscar and I on the Isle of Man, when it was raining, cats, kittens, dogs, that we had not a lot to do, so we went and found every museum that they'd let us into. And in the Isle of Man, you can buy this cool little pin for your hat, little pin that is your pass for every museum on the Isle of Man. So don't pay $10 to get into every museum. Spend $40 on a pin, and you can go to all the museums, right? And it's actually a pretty amazing deal. And since we had 5 or 6 days of rain, we got to see a lot of museums. And I was shocked at some of these tiny little museums that look like somebody's garage. And then you go in there, and the bikes are touching each other. And every single bike is a bike that was raced on the Isle of Man. Every bike in there is a team race bike. Now, some of them were like Honda laydown 125 motors inside a really cool racing fairing, but that's something you'd just go nuts for, Nick. I mean, you'd love that. And we're going through the place, and it just is an old man that just acquired.
Nick, you got to cuddle into Phil if you're going to talk.
Yeah, well,
I'm not talking. I'm just agreeing.
That's I said. Like, I'd like to go back to Isle of Man for the classic, because for the classic, you're going to see all the cooler older bikes coming out. Not just
that, honestly, in my opinion, I'd rather see the old ones. Like I'd rather see the old bikes run. I get it. You ride a brand new bike that does 210 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're this close to the fucking wall. Yeah. I'd rather see the 50s, 60s, 70s classic bikes.
Absolutely.
And if you wrap it up,
right,
a millionaire is going to freaking buy it and fix it again.
Perry Dakar is happening. Like, the Perry Dakar is going. And what I'm interested in is not all of the new shit in the Perry Dakar. I'm interested in one particular Mitsubishi Delica that is running in a vintage class. And there's a Mitsubishi Delica van and a Mitsubishi Pajero that are going out, and they are doing it on a shoestring.
I want some asshole in a Lancia Stratos to pass 2 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Fucking bust that shit down the street.
I am extremely interested in a 30-year-old minivan out there on the Perry Dakar.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, Perry Dakar is a very loosely termed because it is all happening in Saudi Arabia. But it is go ahead, Chris.
Well, finish your thoughts.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I'm very, very excited about watching that element of the Perry Dakar. Go ahead, Chris.
So the Internal Revenue Service released new rules this week for a tax break that lets you deduct up to $10,000 on a car loan interest if you buy an American-made vehicle. So I'm going to jump ahead. Vehicles that qualify for deductions must be brand new, not used, must be built in the United States, must be a car, minivan, SUV, pickup, or motorcycle.
Right.
Must weigh less than 14,000 pounds. So for people that are in the business of having motorcycle dealerships, this might be a nice little addition when people are walking in to say, hey, how can I save some money on the vehicle that I'm going to buy if I'm going to finance it? There you go.
Yeah, and that is a big thing for anybody who's purchasing a vehicle right now. When you consider how much your interest is on a loan, we talked about that in some prior about some other podcasts about, like, be careful with your numbers, boys. If you're paying 4.9% interest, that's not 5 pennies on every dollar. By the time you own the end of the vehicle, you're not going to like, oh, look, I bought my $10,000 vehicle and there's my $500 worth of interest. No, that's not how that works. You're going to pay a little more than that. So interest is a big, big pile of money. And on a $10,000 or $11,000 motorcycle, and the trick is, keep in mind that all your interest is tax deductible. Okay. So be careful how you do your taxes, but it is better than a swift kick in the dick. It is a thing that's real.
So your lender is going to send you a form
Yeah.
that's going to tell you how much tax interest you've paid, so that you can move off to your accountant and make sure that you get the credit on that for your taxes.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the public service announcement.
Well,
for
and
the
if
day.
you're looking at buying a Janus, or you're looking at buying a Harley Davidson, or you're looking at buying another American-made vehicle, well, look at that. You can buy it. Right?
Yeah, they're in the same price
They're in the
range.
same price point.
Speedy Pete bought a Volkswagen camper van. The last year they were sold in the United States, which was 2003.
Oh, really?
The Eurovan.
A Eurovan.
Eurovan.
Yeah,
MV?
Was that?
Was it an MV?
It was a weekender.
Nice.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I registered it as a motorhome.
Yes.
And then the tax was, or the interest, it was only 2.9% interest, I think, when I bought it. But I wrote off all the interest because it was a motorhome. It was considered a domicile.
Domicile.
Oh.
Oh,
Pop
that's
top.
cool. Yeah. That's pretty neat. Yeah.
It's also, now I'm not giving out legal advice here, but if you get pulled over and you can say, this is my home, you need a warrant to search
Right.
it.
That is, we actually used that when we were at AMA Vintage Days, and we had the bus there, the school bus there, and my school bus was registered as an RV. And so the sheriffs, at one point, the sheriffs thought it'd be really cool if they could see what was happening in the school bus. And so at one point, one of the sheriff's deputies was like, oh, party seems to be going pretty good. Nobody's really paying attention to what I'm doing. And the sheriff tried to walk into the walk-in door in my school bus. And I just immediately, hey, whoa, dude, you're not allowed to go in there. You can't go in there. That's an RV. You're not allowed to enter that. You have no probable cause to go in there. You're not allowed in that vehicle. And I said, that's a recreational vehicle that you are not allowed to go in there. And but his sergeant was like, no, you can't go in there. And I was like, oh, that's great. The sergeant was hip. That was cool. Yeah. So if you're paying a 5.99% APR on a $10,000 car loan, 36 months, you're going to spend about $1,000 in interest.
And that's 36 months.
That's 36 months. Yeah. Now, a lot of loans now these days are 7 years.
72 months.
6 years.
I just saw they've come out with the 100-month car loan.
Oh my God.
Because I just read an article this week that said that the average new car monthly payment is $750.
It's the same way with mortgages too. I think they're talking about like, what is it, 50-year mortgages now? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really tough because the idea was always when we would see people buying those $400,000 RVs, and we were like, well, are you using a 30-year mortgage to pay for that RV? Because the kind of people who buy $500,000 RVs don't have 20 years left in them.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You know, that is going to be ultimately, I see an estate sale in somebody's future.
So we, because we did a 17-hour bomb, passed a number of RVs on the road,
sure.
and because Craft Services and I have been talking about buying an RV, so that when we show up to Mid-Ohio or whatever, we have all of the services. And we passed one, and she goes, I really like that one. And I looked it up, and it was $700,000.
Oh,
Her house
man.
is about $500,000.
Oh, my.
Which is like a 4-bedroom, like,
Right. It's a
butler
big
kitchen,
fucking house. Yeah.
freaking big, two dining rooms kind of situation.
Well, sometimes I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
That people are like, we're old, we're going to retire, sell our house, and live in a motor.
We're spending our kids' inheritance right freaking now.
You can drop $250,000 on a Sprinter van conversion.
Yeah, we have customers that do.
Dude stopped by last month with some amazing
$250K.
Yeah.
He has a Sprinter van, and it is done well. And I asked him. And
meanwhile, I'm looking at the $7,000 Toyota Dolphin.
But to put it in perspective, that same Volkswagen Eurovan I was talking about, I paid like just over $30,000 for that.
Right. And just because you brought the numbers up, I thought it'd be interesting. A 72-month note on a $70,000 car is $13,730 in interest. And if you could take that as an exemption from your annual what you make, that removed from your profit.
Well, your F-150 for a good example, or a Mercedes GV Glendewagen.
Yeah.
That is something that sure you're going to spend $1,300 a month on.
Right.
But how much of that do you deduct?
Oh, that's why every YouTuber has a G-Wagon.
Right.
Because technically they're over 6,000 pounds GVWR, which means they qualify for, you can amortize, you can completely claim maximum deduction of the entire price of the vehicle in the first year. It doesn't have to be amortized over 5 years. Nice. So you can say, all right, well, my YouTube thing or whatever earned me $500K this year, but I'm immediately going to take off $120K for my commercial vehicle that I bought because my Geländewagen or my Cadillac Escalade is a 6,000 GVWR.
I love that nobody knows it as the Geländewagen.
Yeah, right.
Geländewagen.
It's a G-Wagon. Baby.
The G-Wagon.
Yeah, G-Wagon, baby. And that's been a thing for a while now. I'm being able to depreciate such an asset. Now, with the rules that came up, in case you're interested, for anybody, if you wanted to expand your company, you could buy a building or add onto your building, and you could also depreciate that in the first year. So instead of depreciating over 10, 20, or 30 years, you could depreciate the entire cost of expanding or buying tooling for your company. Like if you're a company who makes something and you want to buy a machine to make something more, then you could depreciate that 100% in the first year.
This is why Phil is buying the Ford dealer across the street, and we're opening a stamping plant to build bottle openers and new truck.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we're doing. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna have made in America bottle openers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all. That is 100% of our production.
We're making it great again.
Yeah, it's going to be purely. It's all just a tax dodge. Every bit of it.
I swear, every time I look over there and see all those bright, shiny lights, I am waiting for Sleepy to drop the bass. This is all new. This is all new. And it's Christmas colors, too. This is green and red.
So our podcast listener, Mark Hefner says, "Oh my God, I actually left a YouTube commercial play all the way through last night just so I could take in the awesome acting by a certain sleepy individual who was showing me his experience with shopping at Summit.
Oh,
He must be up for some sort of an award for that performance."
no, that means that Justin was sick that day and we had to fucking get it done. So
You
they're
got
like,
to be on-screen talent?
They
I
put
got
the
to be-
schlep up. They put
I got
the schlep.
to I got to do the hit record and run all the way
Run all
around.
the way around. You're going to get your SAG card, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got paid absolutely not. In fact, I had to buy a fucking shirt.
What?
They were like,
Wait a
did you wear a
second.
Summit shirt? I'm like, no. They're like, go pick one up. I was like, okay.
They made you buy the shirt that you're going to wear in the fucking commercial?
All right, that's going to be $75. We'll just
Oh,
deduct
man.
it from your...
Batman took his whole suit home.
I'd return that fucker.
I would too.
Right, yeah.
I would return it. Yeah. How do they, what's their very generous return policy?
Don't worry. I worked from home today,
got
so
it.
I made it up.
All right. So we have Aaron sends us an amazing email, one of our Patreons. And I love this email. I love everything about this email. He goes, "Hey, man, I had a tech question I was hoping you and the guys could help me with. I'm a $10 Patreon. I unfortunately don't have the bat phone number. I don't think there's a specific email address for these kinds of things. If there is, my apologies for not using the proper channels. Anyway, here it goes. Yes, the correct one is clevelandmoto@gmail.com. It's real easy. It's what we're on. clevelandmoto@gmail.com. I recently bought a friend of a friend's 2016 Ninja 300 with 5,000 miles on the clock. It spent most of its life outdoors, and it has not run for at least a year. I was able to get it running by cleaning the plugs, changing the oil, and putting in a new battery starter and starter solenoid. The prior owner had a low-speed crash on the left-hand side, which did bend the shifter. That will become important shortly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will. Okay.
Wait, what year is this?
2016.
Oh, okay. I had the fuck carbs ready, but now I can't use it.
He changed...
Yeah, that's fuel injected.
Just hit it anyway. Hit
He
it
changed
anyway.
all
hit it
of
once.
that?
Oh, there we go.
Fuck
All right,
carbs.
thank you.
Right. All right. So he says, the problem that I have with the bike is that we'll only shift to and from neutral to first. It is not able to get it into second, third, or fourth, or fifth gear. I've tried the basic rock in the back, bike back and forth. Nothing seems to get it past first gear. I also played with the shift linkage. No amount of adjusting it seemed to remedy the issue. I did some research, and it seems like this is typically a symptom of an issue with the shift mechanism. The arms on it rotate a plate that moves the shaft that aligns the gears. It has a tendency to become bound up or misaligned in the event of crashes, especially when force is applied to the shifter pedal. Force being the bike falling on it.
Yep.
Right?
All this shaft talk had me thinking that was Sean's Friday night.
Hey!
Sorry.
So I love when our podcast listeners give us show notes. Sleepy, if you'd like to throw this up here, it's pretty rad. So he gives us literally the blown up picture
The problem's obvious.
from the owner's manual about.
Actually, I just went through this today.
So the letter A on the bottom picture, which is the long shaft,
blown up
we
shaft.
call the shift shaft.
shift shaft.
So when you drop the motorcycle in its side very aggressively, that moves. It's not meant to move, but it sometimes moves. And then it bends all the the shift arm gets bent, and then it doesn't want to reach into the clockwork mechanism and grab things and move them up or down or forward and back. This is up and down in this motorcycle, the way they're supposed to. So congratulations, you've done quite a bit of problem solving here. I removed the clutch basket this afternoon and I inspected the mechanism. It looked to be in good shape. I did not see any visual evidence of binding as I articulated the mechanism by hand. I was curious if I could manually rotate the shaft by removing the mechanism and using an Allen key and the bolt that runs through the plate labeled C in the first image. This would completely eliminate the mechanism from the equation in case I was missing something and it was damaged. The bike would still not shift past first. Attached below is a short video of this attempt and a picture of the right side of the motor. At this point, I'm not sure what to do next. Since this bike has been sitting, I'm wondering if riding it might actually help fix the issue. Like I mentioned earlier, I have gotten it started and idling, but I've only engaged the clutch to roll it in and out of the garage. My thought is maybe riding it, the output shaft will rotate and free up whatever is causing it to not get into gear. I would have done this already, but the streets are covered in ice and snow here in Philadelphia. I appreciate any assistance here. Thanks.
Wait, which dude is this?
Well, you should be able to take the shifter out of
This
the
is
equation.
Aaron.
Yeah, our boy that comes to Mid-Ohio, right? Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So you
Aaron.
have the shift shaft and then you have the arm on it.
Yep.
And that usually has two paws that work the drum. And
Yeah.
so you might even be able to just pull that back and you should be able to turn. Can you turn the drum?
Right.
The shifter drum. That's the important thing.
Well, that's the
so
Allen
rotate
key.
the rear tire while you try to turn.
That's the Allen key.
So
he's
That's
talking
the-
about.
yes, you're right in doing that.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
don't unloosen it. I mean, well, whatever. But
Yeah.
if you can't do that, that's kind of a problem.
Well, if
exactly.
he cannot rotate it on the drum, that means he's bent the shift cursor.
yeah.
I agree. That is
And at that point, it's split
excellent.
the cases time.
Yeah, that's forks. That's like something that's inside the motor.
Having
That's what I was
just
gonna say,
redone the
forks.
Stornello transmission, yes.
Yeah,
But
and-
I don't understand. I don't even understand how forks inside get bent to begin with. I mean, like a hard shift or something
transfer of
stupid.
force.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
somehow like.
He's working.
yeah, I have
cook.
been in a similar situation where I've had a bike that came into the shop that had taken a real hard hit on the left side. And I think Benelli 302. Yeah, that was another
Well,
one.
they to the point where Benelli sent us a new motor because they were like, no, we want to know why that failed.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, that is exactly right. The
So if he's just bent the shift the shift pawl mechanism
On the
that's
end of
one
the shift
thing,
shaft,
which-
that's easy.
yeah. But if he has bent the shift cursors, which is what the Stornello had, which is the bent thing where
The dogs.
it hold transmission out,
right.
that's going to be a split cases on that bike.
Yeah, for sure. So the good news was he did give us an update. So apparently, while he was doing your trick, he came upon some information and he learned something. And he writes back, well, I'm a smacked ass. This is my first Kawasaki, and I was not aware of the positive neutral switch.
Yes.
Did he take this whole thing apart for no reason?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oopsie.
We talked about it on here before.
We did. Yes, we did.
We believe we were talking about Chris's
And I didn't
Kawasaki Vulcan.
But I didn't even
And we were
think about
talking
it.
about Chris's Vulcan being the
Yes.
best shifting bike in the world because of the literally the first gear, second gear switch. And that Kawasaki has this amazing thing that when you're in neutral,
Yes.
you can find first, no problem, and you go through first, second gear, no problem, right? But if you're in neutral and you try to go up to second gear, you ain't getting shit. Okay, here you go. I didn't know the bike had to be moving to get it into second.
It does.
It does. It does.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing
We're
with
not
you.
laughing at
No,
you.
I mean, I didn't even think about it. I know it. I have a Kawasaki.
He said
Mine
I
does
got
that, but
everything back together. I lifted the bike and got the rear in the air. and the bike easily flicked through the gears. And he says, feel free to make an example of me in the podcast. Aaron, we did.
We did, but in a positive way.
But Aaron, you are absolutely fucking right. And this is maddening. And it is also the reason that we have had people bring bikes into our shop that are like, this bike will not go into second. This bike will not go into second. And they'll be sitting on the bike in my parking lot. And the bike will be motor running or not motor running. And they will lift up their foot on the shift lever. And they'll be like, see, it won't go into second.
Now,
it
the
just won't go into
KLR
second.
650 is not like that. It
No,
will
KLR
go
60
into
will go to second
But
anytime you want.
the Versys
The
definitely
Versys
is.
will not. The Kawasaki Vulcan 650 will not. The Vulcan 800 will not. The Versys 1000, the Concourse will not. So, in order to put those bikes in second gear, when we had the customer coming in and said, "Hey, I had a bad get off, and now my bike won't go into second." The trick is, you just move the bike 1 inch, rotate the transmission 1 inch, and it'll go right.
I have to try
into
that
gear.
to see if
Yeah.
just rolling the bike would let me put it
Yeah,
in.
you can, if you roll the bike forward a little bit, as soon as it starts moving, but if it's stationary, it will not go up. The transmission will not go up. It'll only go to first gear.
I thought Aaron mentioned that he tried rocking the bike back and forth.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
I don't think he moved it enough. Yeah, I don't think he moved it enough because if you put the bike on center stand or if you spin the back tire,
That's gotta say if you have a track,
rotate
it's a
it with your
Ninja.
hand.
If you have a track stand or something on it, you know.
Oh, even if you lean the bike on the side stand and just move the wheel, it'll grab second. But it has to be moving. And if it's not, the bike will not let you engage second gear stationary. Whereas most other motorcycles, you can go second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You know, sometimes you got to rock it a little bit just to help the gears line up, right? But on those Kawasaki's, part of how they got that amazing, perfect click, click, click transmission is this deal.
It's awesome, though. I like it.
It is awesome. Well, check this out. So, like when my race bike, when I bought it, the guy hadn't finished it yet, but he put GP shifting on it, which I couldn't get my head around. I don't care. I've just been riding for way too long. But like, so I asked most of the guys why they do it. It's because, you know, when you're accelerating, you just want to go down through the gears. That way you don't accidentally hit neutral. And I was like, well, fuck, I don't got to worry about that because I don't have that. You know what I mean? I have a Kawasaki. So it's
I was told it's because you don't want your foot to be under the lever
right.
when you're leaned
But
over.
that's what I'm saying. And also, you're just banging down to
You're
go
going
up.
down. You're
Yeah.
on top of the lever, not under the lever.
But that's for a guy who is, you know, hitting 69 degrees of lean angle, which I will never do.
Yeah.
So that's not even a problem.
You better.
Well, I mean, I might if I, you know, lose the front end or something.
Yeah, but that, I mean, that's a real thing. And like we talked about with the Benelli is probably the easiest one, is that bike took a hard hit on the shifter side. We know that bike took a hard hit on the shifter side.
It took a shit too. That was the rider.
Tom, I think it had like 300 miles on it. It was
Yeah.
obscenely low miles.
Well, but that dude was not being kind.
No. We weren't saying he was being kind. What we're saying is, in only a short 300-mile lifespan, this bike got thrown down on the side of the road so hard that we couldn't make it shift at all. Like it was bad.
It's probably a wheelie training bike.
It could have been.
Well, yeah, that,
New rider
that
or
bike
whatever.
was. I think we eventually fired that guy.
We did fire him, and that was one of the deals where Benelli had actually said, "Hey, man, you know, we'll give you a new motor, or you know, we'll work it out with you. We'll eat some of this." But forensically, they want to see what's going on. They want to see what happened, so that they could try to mitigate that.
Well,
But
most manufacturers, if it's the first time they've seen that problem, they want the motor back so they can do forensics. Because if this is going to become a thing, they want to know how to get ahead of this.
absolutely right.
To the point where Hyosung, when they were a thing 15 years ago, they took a bunch of the 250 motors I had because we kept getting 250 motors blown up. And as it turned out, 1 quart was not enough oil.
No.
It really wasn't. So they'd have 1 quart of oil, no oil filter, and they were trying to figure out why these motors kept eating themselves. Benelli was like, hey, this bike went down once and fucked up the transmission. We want to know how to harden this thing.
and it's a good thing to do is to get in there. And a lot of companies these days, a lot of things are being tested by the owners because they haven't had a year or 2 years of out there beating the shit out of a bike, which is how they used to do things. Like in the old way, they would take bikes and send them to Australia in a super hot environment. The Moto Guzzi California 1400 spent a year in the Australian desert being shit hammered.
We love the 1400. Baby.
Well, we do. It's a great bike. And they knew that bike was bulletproof before it ever reached the people. They knew that because
this is
letting Australian guys ride that bike in that super hot environment, that rough environment for 100,000 miles, taught them a lot about the bike before they sold it to the people.
Well, this is the first time Toyota has ever recalled a motor as much as they've recalled the new Tundra.
You're not kidding.
Because they are testing, they literally sent it out to the public, and now they're like, oh shit, we didn't test this enough. Ford does this all the time.
Right.
Like it has become a thing. And we talked about the new Harley, which one was it? The Detroit? What's the new motor?
The Milwaukee 8.
Milwaukee 8.
Yeah, the Milwaukee
where
8.
it was having oiling
A lot
issues.
of problems. Yeah, a lot of problems.
But it's become this thing of just, okay, let the public figure it out.
They don't want to be slow to the market, so they generally set it up, and they do, unfortunately, let the operators. Talking about doing good for people based on your profession. Talking about something that you're really good at in a way that you can pay that forward to people that need it. Portland Children's Hospital, big deal. Every year they do a major fundraiser for the kids around Christmas time. And we would like to give a firm tip of the hat to the fine strippers of Portland, Oregon for being the #1 donor of toys and cash.
And a fine tip of the hat to A.D. Crawford for being the biggest donor.
So if you want to throw that up for the folks at home, yes. In fact, they've done it all. John and I can tell you firsthand about the generosity of the Portland strippers.
Amazing.
Fantastic, super great, love it. Over the past 14 years, Portland, Oregon area strippers have donated $183,000 worth of toys to Dornbecker Children's Hospital during their annual holiday fundraiser, Tatas for Toys.
Yes.
I gotta say, that makes them the top donor to the hospital.
Make it rain.
That is fucking awesome. They said, and the 15th annual event, Tuesday night at the Alberta Rose Theater, made it rain with $60,000 in donations.
Oh, yeah. Portland.
One night.
Having come this close to moving to Portland, it's
It was
totally... What's that?
Go ahead.
Can't hear what?
No, go.
How close?
How close? But Portland is kind of that town.
They have said the term is they're calling themselves the North Pole Dancers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. That is great. I gotta say, this is the kind of world I want to live in.
But Acropolis
my
is
halls.
closing.
I know we need to buy it. I gotta buy Acropolis.
what does that mean when like the people that are considered generally like, like the people that are anti-society and stuff are doing more for society than the people that are supposedly.
Well, what it means is
there
people have said, I'm not going to wait for the change to happen. I'm going to manifest the change.
Is there a tax advantage if you buy the Acropolis and claim it as your primary residence?
Is there a tax advantage if you buy the Acropolis and call it a church?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because my friend, I just came back from the Vatican. And I've got some ideas about a holy door.
Yes. Sean,
And then the holy
how many
hole.
holes-
That's
I'm promising.
Not going near that one.
I'm
No,
talking
no,
about the glory holiest of doors.
yes.
Right.
Things are breaking down.
Literally, a holy glory door is just the best thing in the world. And we can offer absolution.
Will it be in the back?
Did we talk about dogma? Because I believe we did, right? That's just birth
Sometimes
control.
when the front door is being painted or hedge-scaped and stuff, they let you go through the back.
Did you go to the back? Yeah. Well, it's also the world's most guaranteed form of birth control.
It's true.
Ask any Catholic girl.
Congratulations on your soul, by the way, Phil.
Thank you. I've had my soul restored. It's bright and shiny and new. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, thick thighs and fishnet?
Yes. Exactly. Right. Yes. Yeah. Right. Mother Mary goes on at 8.
Yes.
That's exactly. Yes. On a half shell.
Yes.
On the half shell. She's ready to go.
On it. Hey,
I just want to say, on the quote. This is the quote, by the way.
Gotta be good.
It is great. It is great. Many more milestones are yet to come because we believe in ourselves, each other, and the good people of Portland. For those who couldn't get tickets to the sold-out show, the evening was streamed live on Twitch, and it's available to watch back now. And for those who want to further the cause, can donate directly to the Dornbecker Children's Hospital's Child Life Program. So I just that's a tip from Yonky Phil.
good.
Go find this shit on Twitch. Watch it. This is super cool. I'm very happy with that. They also give a link that says you can become a trans Santa and support trans youth in need during the holidays through the same program. And that's a great thing. We should be excited about helping any kids out at all. It's the best thing you can do because kids have a tough time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, kids have a tough time. And we want kids to be happy no matter what it takes. And that to me was really impressed that God bless the poor Portland strippers, man. Just when it comes to supporting.
I wonder who was number 2.
Right.
And how close was it?
Who was the number 2 donor?
Yeah.
Right. And it was probably Sherwin-Williams or something. Oh,
No, no,
It's
no, no.
Chippendales.
No. It's the Portland Fire Department because they know how to work a pole.
they know how to work a pole. Tom, can you hand me that? Is that black liquid looks like Shankies.
That looks like Shanky.
That looks like Shankies. I'd like to have a little Shankies.
Take it over, man.
I haven't had any Shankies. I've been
Come
over
on, baby.
been over to Italy drinking Amaro My wife loves Amaro. It is
Wife
fun.
loves Shankies.
It is fun traveling with Merritt when she's like, I think I want to try all these Amaros. And I was like, I think that's a
Yeah, but
great idea.
Look at
Yeah,
Smith
but she's
being
okay with
loose
liquor
the
too?
pours. He's just pouring back
Oh,
there.
hey, who else?
Oh,
Here.
man, that's so good.
Let's go.
Oh, that's delicious. Shankies
We have
is
not had
just
Shankies all
seasonal.
all
So nice.
year.
I have a confession to make.
You've got another confession to make?
I've never had Shankies.
You haven't?
What?
Oh,
Well,
Baby.
I've seen all the hubbub on the podcast chat.
All
right.
I like that too.
let us know what you think there.
You're about to be shanked.
Yeah, you're about to be
He's getting
Shanky
shanked.
pie.
It smells delicious.
Oh, it does.
That's because it is delicious.
I loved the comment about it being basically rum and vanilla extract.
I think that is 100%
It
true
is-
because
yeah.
it tastes fantastic.
and you know what's okay about this compared to
okay.
most other times is Nick has no motorcycles near him.
To me, it's like
thank
Irish cream without the cream.
Yeah,
Somebody give me a.
A motorcycle?
Somebody give me a pit bike.
Oh,
I mean, I got a garage full of shit you can wreck.
He has not broken anything on for a while, so let's just keep it
We're
like
in.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tom Street was a little bit treacherous. I gotta say.
Oh, you
Sunday.
get sideways in the Hyundai? Yep.
Hang on. We gotta load up the
Oh, yeah.
crowd.
You gotta feed these hungry birds. Feed these thirsty baby
Johnny
birds.
boy.
That's
Hair-
2000. I got some. That's 2025 Shankies. It goes bad.
It's
it goes bad.
It goes.
Oh wait, so if this is the
Wait
case,
a
let's
minute.
just pull up the
Gotta get
man.
shaken right
There, everybody
Yeah.
can join us.
Yay! Drink
got a
Suzuki
two.
Sun.
Focus.
This break brought to you by Shankies, your favorite Irish whiskey.
Your favorite
It's not
whip.
whiskey.
No,
No.
Irish stuff.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
Your
the thing.
favorite whip.
Yeah, it's your favorite whip. Yeah,
Sleepy.
Shanky's whip. Yeah.
Sleepy.
Yeah.
I hate to be that guy.
Your mother
but I have
loves
to
it too.
Correct you.
Uh-oh.
So it's Tanuki
Tanuki.
dash SAN.
Oh, Tanuki Sun.
No, this is Tanuki's son. I named him that.
That is 100% fair, and I'm behind
name.
it. Let's go.
meant to do that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, and here's to
Happy 2026.
Hell yeah.
guys.
2020.
Cheers.
and shameless plug. Harry Post. Yeah, Harry Post just literally edited his membership. He was at the $1 hair level, and he's at the $10 hair level. So, yay. Thank you, Harry Post.
Drink
Yay,
to
good
that.
job.
Everybody says we don't like each other.
Yeah.
You don't.
They're wrong.
We're absolutely right. Yeah, it's just great. It just keeps giving. We picked up last week while I was on vacation. We picked up Matt Barlow. Matt Barlow's in at the $5 member, so he does get the punchlines.
Matt.
But
he
he
gets
only,
the punchlines.
he gets this. Ready? Hold on.
Matt.
You're the one that gives the punchline.
So we have an update from our friend Dave Osterday. You guys know Dave?
Yes.
Dave Osterday.
Dave Matherson?
No, Matt Davidson.
No, Matt.
Dave Matheson.
Matt David. Dave Matt.
Well, this is Dave Osterday. We all like Dave. So he said, you guys have promoted Shankies out of inventory. I ordered some as a Christmas gift for the friends and clients, and I just got a message that it's on back order. Well done. So
They got to squeeze some more out of Ireland.
apparently they gotta make some more of this.
You
stuff.
take some whiskey.
I gotta say, I
and
went
some
to
vanilla extract.
I went to pick up a bottle of Shankies for a Christmas gift for a buddy of mine, and they were fresh out.
Well, I believe this is a whey product. It's not whiskey. It's made of whey. So it's whey product. Super cool BT dubs. What's whey? It's a product of the cheese making process.
Yeah,
That way.
When you eat,
Or the other way.
I have never considered the concept of the Clevelandmoto bump.
Yeah, the Clevelandmoto bump is a real thing.
No, I quit doing that years ago.
As in last year.
Yeah, that funny dog wouldn't leave my keys alone.
I know. Fucking dog.
He was super excited about my keys. Yeah. So just kind of letting you know that's a thing that's real and it happens. One of our podcast listeners, Walter Kurjaika or Kaiju, Walter Kurjaika,
Giant robot.
yeah, giant fighting robot. He says, "Hey Phil, longtime listener here, first time emailer. I grew up in a non-carburetor knowledge family." Fuck carbs.
Fuck carbs.
All right. I just watched a video from
We're
Smarter.
all keto here.
I watched a video from Smarter Every Day about how does a carburetor work that gave me a lot better insight on how it works. Much better than I'd always understand. I already understood suck, squeeze, bang, and blow, but I didn't understand the carburetor Venturi effect, Bernoulli principle.
Right, Bernoulli effect, yeah.
How it creates a puddle and then how it sucks on it to atomize the gas. Yeah, man, we can get through that with a straight fucking face.
Oh, God.
It is a real thing. Look up a YouTube channel called Smarter Every Day, and honestly, they do a lot of really good videos. But they do a video called How Does a Carburetor Work? And they use this really cool plastic toy that shows what happens when you impart vacuum to a ever-decreasing smaller radius cone, and then as you impart vacuum to it or blow past it, it will pick up the water that's there, grab it, atomize it, and proceed gaily forward.
And if you really want to get fucked up, there's a book about Japanese airbox tuning, which
Yes.
is why all mid-'80s Japanese airboxes are amorphous jelly beans.
I want to build a carburetor that has a cleaning port on it.
Yes,
You, you undo a little plug, it fit the schnozzle of your thing in it, and you just go, bah, 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 and it cleans everything. It blows the whole carburetor, blows some air through. It's self-cleaning.
Yeah, I had a CB750 one time that I put the littlest, tiniest hole in the airbox that fit the red tube from a starting fluid thing, so that I could get that cocksucker to start
And
every
ether
time in the
injection
cold.
port's great.
I've done that with lawnmowers and shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
I just put the right size hole in it because when I was in the military, I was a tanker, but my tank didn't show up yet, right? So they made me drive this horrible personnel carrier thing, this 577. It's like a 113 on steroids. This was a mess. So it's a horrible thing, but it had a big Detroit diesel 6-cylinder engine in it. Yep. And next to your knee in this thing, there was a hose that came in from the engine bay, and there's a little clip like you put a fire extinguisher in, like a little clip thing. And you're like, oh, it's exactly the size for like a can. Well, what's meant to go in there is a can of starting fluid. And the military actually had contracted with a certain brand of starting fluid company that would fit in that little container by your knee. And there was a hose that went from there all the way into the intake of this diesel engine. And if you ever worked around diesel engines, they say, don't ever use fucking starting fluid because it'll blow the fucking ass out of the cocksucker, right? Mm-hmm. But the military vehicle did, in fact, have a starting fluid tube that went around, and there was a can holder.
You can actually end up with bent rods.
Yeah. And so when I got that piece of shit, this horrible military M577 that I hated with every fiber of my being, when I got this thing, I was like, is this supposed to have ether injection? And the guy's like, yeah, we took them all out because the guys were hurting them. I was like, yeah, they would hurt them, wouldn't they? Because, that's the first thing you do when it's cold out. You don't have the time or the battery to let the glow plugs warm up. You just crank on the cocksucker and let it do its thing. But man, they were like, yeah, we took that away. Nope, they weren't allowed to have those anymore. And they thought it was tactical for like an emergency. If you need the thing to start, you need to start right now and get out of there. You just give it a shot of ether and then hit it. Well, too many guys were like, yeah, that's the cheat code for getting my shit started in the wintertime when my batteries aren't 100%. Beats getting that heavy-ass slave cable out. So yeah, that's a real tip from Uncle Phil is don't use starting fluid in your diesels. Yeah, don't. It's expensive.
Even if it's built into the side of the tank.
They took them out. Yeah, the government thought better of that and took them all away. So yeah, that's a thing that happens. Yeah, big fun. Hey, Sleepy, throw a picture of this up.
Oh, God damn it. Why is my life there? All right.
Oh, that looks fun.
Nice. Yeah.
That looks fun.
Oh, that's
Where's
sexy.
Nick? Nick, does that look fun?
That looks very fun.
That's in the Perry Dakar
It's got
that's the
Oz
one.
rims.
this year. Yeah, in the vintage class. How much fun is that going to be?
So what is that, Phil?
That's a Mitsubishi Delica L300. So it's a minivan. It's a Mitsubishi 4-wheel drive minivan that was real popular in the early 90s.
With an exoskeleton.
They
and
put a
big
little cage on the
wheels.
front so that when it flips over, and it invariably it won't kill the people inside. Yep. But it is basically a grocery getter with a little diesel engine in it.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
It looks like it's sponsored by Melosi.
Yeah, it is.
So did Melosi make a fucking kit for it?
No, but Melosi made stickers for it.
Just as
They
well.
said, we need some nutty company that sells two-stroke scooter parts. We need a company that has nothing to do with the vehicle we're driving,
Right.
but will pay us money to put their name on the side of what I think is going to be the most watched vehicle of Perry Dakar.
But they missed the thing, dude. They should have had him spray paint like splatter fucking font, like, you know, like throw a kit on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the
Yeah,
side of that.
Right on the
bitch,
side. Little Hollywood Holt on the side. We threw a kid on a bitch. Yeah, for real. Yeah, and this is Team Rally Art. So they're doing a bunch of cool energy. What you can't see behind it is their Pajero.
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah. So I'm very excited about this one. Yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's Melosi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, it's Melosi sponsored.
Glad you're playing along.
Yeah, Melosi sponsored for the Dakar. And by the way, just like Isle of Man, this is not the Perry Dakar with the expansive, fancy Go Fast. This is the Dakar Classic.
Right.
So this is the Dakar for older, dumber people.
It's
Right.
the ones that in the VW bugs
Yeah.
that have standard suspension.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited.
Delta Integrale, old Porsches.
Yes.
Lots of weird old stuff.
Weird old cool shit. Right. Yeah, like a couple of years ago, a guy ran a Dishavo. And it was just
Ooh,
like, I was
kinky.
like, oh, this is sick.
Oh, now you're talking.
to run a Vespa again.
Well, it's, I don't know if does anybody here know the story about the Vespas that won the Perry Dakar?
No. I
Well-
know you've talked about it in the past, but I don't know the whole thing.
About that, yeah.
Yeah, so Vespas did remarkably well in the Perry Dakar many, many years ago. I think 1981 or something. But
Back when BMW was kicking ass. Side story.
so it was the
The
19
R80 GS.
It was the 1980 Perry Dakar, and so in the 1980 Perry Dakar, some lunatics decided they were going to enter a bunch of Vespas, and
I want to say there were 3 or 4. and
there were
only
there
one finished.
there are 4. That's correct. You're exactly right. You've done your homework. So we can go ahead and pull this picture up for the folks playing at home. So the picture in question is, in fact, of the 4 Vespas that entered the Perry Dakar. And these 4 Vespas are pretty much stock-looking P-Series Vespas. Now, they have an extended fuel tank behind the solo saddle. They've got a big fucking air cleaner that comes out between your legs. And they've got a big, giant fucking honking hella headlight up on the front fender. Otherwise, the front suspension is dead stock. The rear suspension appears to be dead stock as well. These things are just blue-ass grocery getters. There's nothing special about these bikes, I think, beyond what you're seeing.
A little fitment.
Yeah. S83s. Yeah, for real, S83s. Or probably in the day, Chiats. But in any case, they're dead stock looking bikes. Nothing, I mean, this is 1980. Balls as big as church bells, right?
They at least have chain link tread.
Yeah. Cocaine was a very popular thing, right? And now to keep in mind, it's not the very first time ever that a Vespa was entered in such an event. And we're going to go ahead and pull this image up here right now for the folks who want to see that. Vespas have been entered in Paris Dakar before. So we can go ahead, actually, and since. So this is in the later 80s, early 90s. We see, and now this one has the big suspension on it. This one has the full-on knobblies, right? And the series of clocks and dials and gauges and extra gas tanks. You can see how reinforced the frame is. So this bike shows you how strong a Vespa should be to do the Paris Dakar. Well,
I can't imagine those tiny wheel plowing through sand.
10-inch, you've done sand, I've done sand, we've done sand. A 10-inch wheel is the absolute wrong thing for sand because a 10-inch wheel will sink all the way into the sand.
It'd be like trying to roller skate through sand.
It's not. It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail epically. So this idea of them doing a team of them, right, in the sand is pretty fucking exciting for people that own Vespas. So apparently, if you're driving across the sand, you have to have a certain sand riding technique. This is I'm now calling the sex ostrich. So this is the sex ostrich riding technique where you are basically putting your balls on the thing that is holding the gas. So the seat.
Does that rider have balls?
What?
Well,
The
he
leg
did
looks a little.
for a
No,
minute.
the leg looks a little more feminine.
It's a dude.
Is it?
So,
is
but
going
the funny thing was they designed the thing so that it was going to have a solo saddle, and then behind you was going to be this big extra gas tank.
Is that Sean?
But they decided that in order to make the thing not sink into the sand,
The
that
arch isn't good
the
enough.
rider had to sit all the way on the back tire, and run it at full chat,
Shawnee boy.
sitting on the back tire. So that is hell bent for leather right there. So they ran into a couple of problems, and the first problem was they had team orders that they were going to complete this thing no matter what they had to do it. And the problem was somebody said, so you're saying cheating's okay. And they thought, yeah, cheating seems okay. So they went ahead and they cheated. And the problem with Paris Dakar, even then, was the guys behind you know they haven't passed you yet, right? So if the guys behind you are saying, hey, Nick, we're doing pretty good. And Nick goes, no, we're not doing good. And I go, I think we're doing pretty good. We haven't had a tire failure. We're moving along. And Nick says, we're not doing good. We haven't passed the Vespas yet. Right? And I go, shit, you're right. We haven't passed the Vespas yet. Nick, we are sucking hind tit because we haven't passed the Vespas yet. That means the Vespas are still in front of us. Well, if you complete the entire stage and you haven't passed the Vespas yet, well, where the fuck are the Vespas? Where did they go? Well, it turns out they went into one of those support trucks that was also competing in one of the classes. And the Vespas were doing some mystery mileage inside one of those big off-road racing trucks. And what they would do is they would deposit a Paris Dakar rider, one of their team riders, out occasionally when they would get passed by a bunch of other people so that they would go, well, yeah, Nick, did we pass the Vespa? And Nick goes, yeah, we passed the Vespa back there at mile marker 4. He was pushing it through the sand. Well, they thought they got away with it by being clever and scattering some guys out on the side of the road. But what they were really doing is they were really hedging their bets by cheating. And so that every day's events, a Vespa would cross the line, not first, second, or third, or fourth place, because they didn't want to make it so fucking obvious that they were cheating, but just completing the Paris
Just
Dakar.
enough to be present.
Just being there and just completing the Paris Dakar. Then, I mean, we're talking about that. That was when the race was actually 10,000 kilometers, 6,000 miles from Paris to Senegal. So these Vespas cheated, and they cheated big, but it didn't hurt them because the marketing department printed the articles and had the news story standing by, so that the minute the Perry Dakar was over, they were like, hey, guess what? We just finished the Perry Dakar on 4 Vespas.
You know what they say? Picture it didn't happen, right? Well,
That's right.
You're looking at the pictures.
We are looking at the pictures, and they documented the fuck out of it.
You know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
You remember, like in the 80s or the 90s, there was that woman that won the Boston Marathon or the New York Marathon. But she got on a subway, right?
She got the subway.
Yeah, Rosie Ruiz. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And
she took the subway to win the Boston Marathon.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She had big tits.
People, well, that's what it takes to get people's attention, for sure. But yeah, it was the whole thing was a scam. Like, it wasn't a scam. They really did think they were going to get away with it.
That's gamesmanship.
It's gamesmanship. Exactly.
If you're not bending the rules, you're not competing.
Yeah. And so that was the idea. It was like,
is racing.
and they did, and not to say that it's not worth what they did. They did get 4 extremely qualified riders. They did put a lot of time and energy into it. But once they got there, they realized that the only way they were going to make it the distance was to put the Vespas in the back of the Land Rover support vehicles and run those across. So, yeah, there's no way you're running across that desert on 10-inch wheels. No way.
That's what we did
dicks
going
weren't big
across
enough.
the United States on the 125cc bikes.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened when Chris went in off-road, though.
He forgot. He didn't press the dirt button on the monkey?
No.
He did not
Dirt
engage.
button.
He did not engage dirt mode.
Tell me more about him getting hurt.
Well, do we want to go down that road right now?
Tell me how he cried like a little baby.
Oh.
Actually, Chris,
I'm sure there was
Well, I
no
didn't
crying.
cry, but I whimpered a bit.
Actually, he took the hit pretty well, and we got some tape out and taped his headlight back together.
Oh, there you go.
But it was like 50 to 100 miles later when we still weren't off the dirt that Chris got a little salty.
Yeah.
And he's
He
like, fuck
said,
it, I'm not going any further.
I'm done.
Tell it, Philly.
I'm done. I wasn't there. I can't tell it. I can tell you.
I had a GPS, and I could see a cell tower like 2 miles in the distance. And I said, Chris, I guarantee you when we get to that cell tower, we'll be on a hardball road. And Chris like, fuck you, I'm not going another foot. So,
Did you leave him behind?
No, we put him in the truck. We had a support truck at that time, and
He actually shot me in the leg and put me in the truck.
Yeah,
Was there a hard?
You should have aimed a lot higher.
there was a hard road.
Oh, there was
Hey,
hardball?
9 miles later, but
You should have just put him down and left him there.
absolutely.
I don't even.
Chris actually figured it out though. Taking the truck was the worst punishment.
Oh, what?
The worst choice of the two.
Because of?
He didn't get along well with the driver. But,
Oh, no.
That's a story
Johnny.
for him to tell because I couldn't.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, that happened to me on the Lake Erie Loop. I did 400 miles, but I got to the point where I was just staring down at the road. I wasn't I didn't sleep. I had problems, and
Right.
I was like looking, and then I started I drifted over to the side. I'm like, well, if I just stay here and look at the
line.
the line
Stripe.
Yeah.
I'll be okay. And
Right.
I'm like, this is dumb.
I'm gonna hit somebody.
I'm
If
gonna
somebody's gonna hit me.
die.
Yeah.
And then I pulled into the rest stop, and there was a sag wagon there, but it was like a Danger Ranger with like the jump seats in the back, packed full of shit. So
Oh, really?
I loaded the bike on, and there were 2 guys already in the front seats. So I I had to kind of get in the back seat, and that's how I spent the rest of the
Yeah.
drive home.
The
I'm
whole
as soon
way.
as I got in there, I'm like, I should just get back on the bike.
Right.
Why would-
It's better to be out there.
More relaxing.
I'll take my chances. Oh, man, that's terrible.
So let me ask the crowd, does anybody have any long travel items set up for next year?
Anybody plan on doing any long trips?
I think he said lawn travel. I was like,
Long travel?
A mower?
Thousands of miles?
I think if things work out, I talked to Pete about it. I'm working toward not doing some things this next year, but I want to do this podcast.
Yeah.
And then leave here and then drive to the Misfits and do their podcast.
That'd be fun.
Cinch has a hard on for going out west.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. That is cool.
And I like that you've changed your plan from going somewhere where you have, let's go somewhere where we can mooch.
Right. Yeah.
Mooch bikes, mooch sleeping accommodation.
I love
anything
mooching.
we can mooch.
I don't have to mooch if I'm riding there.
Right.
I'll have my bike.
Yeah, you have your bike. Yeah, have your bike.
Oh,
Well, Petey and I are talking about doing the
I thought we were flying.
Route 66.
This is the 100th,
East.
100-year anniversary of Route 66. So
all right. Wow.
I would like to get
How
myself
cool was that?
to California, maybe make an appearance with the Misfits, and then ride back.
Yeah.
100th
sure.
anniversary Route 66 is pretty rad.
That sounds like a fantastic
Get your kicks.
idea for you guys to do.
On route.
So I wonder, it's about what, 3,000 miles, 2,800 miles?
Yeah, from LA to Chicago.
Chicago.
And then another 300 miles home from there. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so you figure 900 to 800 a day?
Da-da-da.
No,
No, we're
do that?
we're doing
I'm gonna-
small bikes.
Yeah, I'm going to stop and smell the roses.
Right.
Oh man, all right.
2015 miles from Chicago to LA on Route 66. And then
How many?
they said it's 2015 miles.
I think it's more than that.
I think it's more than that too. I think it's going to take you're going to be putting about 2,800 miles on your odometer.
yeah.
I think it's going to be about 2,800 miles.
We're doing 60 miles a day.
But that's one way.
Yeah.
Right.
One way.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. It's one way. Yeah.
Really cut it
It's
down.
one way.
Do you have a month off of work?
As a matter
I'm
of fact, I
planning on
do.
taking the rest of my life off of work is what I'm trying to do.
I hope so.
That's the plan.
Yeah. The Mother Road, the 1 year that I tried to do it, the 1 year I kind of set my whole sights on, I'm going to go ride Route 66.
Come with
because-
us, baby.
You have to get on, you have to get off, you have to get on, you have to get off. There's a lot of places where Route 66 doesn't exist anymore, and you have to go up to the highway and ride alongside it,
Doodle.
parallel to it.
Doodle will tell
No,
you.
it's there's actually a bicycle route where
Right.
you can do the bicycle
Exactly.
route. So there is workarounds. I think there's maybe a couple stretches that are only like 2 miles that you have to get on the interstate.
Yeah, I gave it a shot 20 years ago.
Right.
And I gave it a shot 20 years ago, and after my fourth, I mean, this is before GPS fit in your pocket and all that kind of good shit.
Yep.
And I was on paper maps. And after my fourth, hey, you can't go there from here. You need to go back to that last town you were in and then go make a left and go 3 miles and get on the freeway, or 5 miles, get on the freeway, and then go right past where you just were on the freeway down to the next town, get off there, and then get on 66 again and backtrack. It kind of took the fun out of it.
Right. That's very frustrating.
It was
Or you
super
go down
frustrating.
like a frontage road and then it
Yeah.
just dead ends.
That's what I ran into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into quite a bit of that. And also 20 years ago, it was in bad shape. Like, it wasn't the kind of thing you wanted to be like, hey, we're doing Route 66 tourism. Most of those places that were there, if they were still operational, it was not cool. It was not the place you wanted to hang out and have business.
66 goes right through my hometown in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. My trip was really frustrating for about 5 days, and I was like, fuck this. This is just stupid.
Well, you've
I've had
never
that
ridden with
experience.
Petey.
No. Hey. If you can go straight through, if you can keep your wheels on the road, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
You know?
For the record, it does go through
Yeah.
Uranus Liquors.
It does go. Yeah,
That's right.
it
Right
does.
there.
The sign's right there.
It's right
Yeah.
there through your
Yeah, you can't miss it. I was not. If somebody wants to do it and they think that it's going to be like, yeah, super cool, man. That's great.
It'll be mapped out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to play that game like fucking getting a map out at every street.
Doubling
corner.
back like I did was miserable. Yeah, it was miserable.
I've had the same experience. I've traveled
Yeah,
large portions of it, but I've never done
the whole thing.
the
whole run.
in one shot.
Yeah. I bailed out, and I just bailed out, and I was like, my goal is to get to California. My goal is not to travel every inch of this dilapidated, used to be a highway. So there were pieces of it that are cool, but yeah, I'm glad that now there's a method. I'm glad there's a way to get across it. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm super curious. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've got a big trip. I want to try to get to Isle of Man this year. I'd like to squeeze away for me to get in there for the classic.
Well, that's what I was
Not for the
thinking.
TT.
Yeah.
Classic.
So after talking to Chris P
Yeah.
over there and stuff, he was
Yeah.
saying that the class, he's been going to that more because he said it's more fun. Now.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a TT under my belt. I'll go back. Don't get me wrong. If somebody wants to put a trip together, I'm right there with you, man. I'll help. If somebody wants to go back to a TT, that's cool. But I think I'd like to try the classic. So I'd like to go. And
I'm
see.
down for any and above.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So I think that'd be fun.
If anyone's interested, I'm going to do the Great Ohio Adventure Tour this year too, which goes from Conneaut down to close to the Cincinnati area.
Nice.
But it's 1,100 miles.
I'm in.
Oh wait.
I'll do it.
Yep.
So-
I'm in.
Wow.
Largely gravel and
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying to do part of it. I mean,
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I have my house
Right.
up at Conneaut.
I
Maybe
tried to
start
like
out
gravel.
at least do a day or two or something.
I spent many times with these guys trying to like
Trying to get gravel, trying to figure
and
out
I've
gravel.
even got it. No, I figured it out.
Yeah.
And I got it. You know, it can float. I can do this stuff.
Yeah.
I just hate it.
Yeah.
Like there's no fun in it for me. I'm
Really?
just like, like just floating along. I'm like, nah. Give me a racetrack. I like to be sideways. I don't like this.
Yeah, well,
gravel stuff.
you want all the grip you can get all the time,
Right.
And then when you lose it, it's a predictable experience that you knew was going to happen,
Right.
As opposed to with gravel, you might as well just put blinders on, right? Like,
Well, I like the fact that
Yeah.
like when you're trying to learn gravel and you're trying to go and you're like trying to be cautious, everybody keeps telling you, no, just go faster.
I know,
And then like
Yeah.
you have to get your balls up enough to go fast enough to float on it. And then you just have to give it like you can't really tell the bike where to go. You have to suggest where you want
Right.
to go. And then I still haven't figured out when you're on a downhill and a hard turn comes up, what brake to hit. Because I didn't figure that one out very good.
Merritt embarrassed me down in Hocking Hills. We were riding around down there. She was on her SV 650, and I can't remember. Oh man, I think I might have been on my Interceptor then, but I was on the VTR 1000. So perfectly reasonable bike
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of gravel. So we're a whole bunch of gravel day, and same what you said. Cruise over the crest, instantly on gravel. Right? Like we were on asphalt. We pop over this hilltop and all of a sudden it's like, congratulations, you just won 6 miles of gravel. But I was like, well, we were going 60 on these beautiful sweepers. And all of a sudden, just because God decided the gravel truck should start there, 6 miles, 7 miles of gravel right now. And it's all downhill sweepers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is fucking miserable. So my solution for gravel is always float speed. Right. So find your float speed, go a little faster than your float speed so that you have something to come down from.
Right.
Right. So go a little faster than your float speed. So if you get the woogities, your solution is to decrease velocity as opposed to if you get the woogities to increased velocity. So I always go just a little faster than float speed feels perfect. So I have a room margin of error. I'm going down this stupid road on full sport tires, like, they're DOT, but they're sporty, and saddlebags and a top case on the back of a VTR 1000, which is just God's engine braking system. It's two pistons that are trying desperately to make the bike either go forward or backwards, but not steady. And I was like, fuck. And I got all the way down to the bottom and had to make a hard right-hand turn or it was cornfield time. And it turns out I crashed the bike lightly into the cornfield. Just gently. I managed to crash slowly through the turn. I just kept widening my turn until I ran out of gravel.
not turning, not turning, not turning, not stopping, not stopping, not stopping.
That's it.
That's exactly
Ditch,
what it was.
ditch.
And it was like, and at one point I was like, I just don't think I'm putting enough pressure on my brakes because I'm just not stopping. And I'm going way too fast for where I am in this corner, which is there's none of the corner left. Well, there's none of the road left, but I have plenty of corner that I still need to accomplish. And my amount of road surface and my amount of corner were incongruous at this point, and I was going too fast. So I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to apply a smidgen of rear brake because if I do slide out, I will slide into corn.
Yeah.
And I slid into corn. And Merritt said, I watched you the entire time thinking he's going way too fast. He's never going to make that turn. You eventually got down to the speed where she's like, I think if you would have just picked your line better, you could have carried it through. And
Wow.
and
Thanks, Coach.
right.
Wow, yeah.
And so I was picking my bike up out of the muddy corn stalks, right? It didn't hurt anything, but it was dirty. It was
Just
muddy.
your pride.
And I'm picking it up, and Merritt comes down the hill, and Merritt goes by me as though she's on a milk run. She goes by me and looks at me like, this is how you should have done it, dumbass. And she's on the inside of the fucking turn with a 20-foot road of margin of error available to her. And she goes past me at like 7 miles an hour, just perfectly in control on the SV650, top case, saddlebags, the whole nine.
Who had more excitement?
And she just goes, and I was like, please don't make her stop. Please don't let her stop to see if I'm okay or come back and help me or whatever. And she looks over her shoulder real quick, and I was just like, no, fucking keep going. She's like, fucking keep going. So she kept going. I got my shit together, and I chased her down. When she got to tarmac, she stopped, right? Because she's not stupid. She's not going to try to get going and, dicking around on deep gravel, because it was freshly poured, ugly, stupid deep gravel. And when I finally caught up to her, and she's like, you could have made it through that turn. And I'm like, obviously I fucking couldn't. And she goes,
that was my first choice. I had to go to plan B.
So plan C stands for chaos.
Yes, yes, but now we have corn for dinner.
So the bike was filthy. The bike, we got to the cabin. Hocking Hills is full of these sex cabins. They don't tell you about that.
Of course.
There's these cabins out in the wood every cabin has a hot tub.
It's like the 6 birdhouses, but like cabin sized.
Every cabin has a hot tub on the front deck, and like basically
Yes.
it's Amish sex swings
It's
inside.
bathhouses for
Yes.
straight
Yes.
people that are separated.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
I
And
did that.
when we got there, when we showed up and we got off the asphalt to go to our sex cabin, and there was just more gravel, right? And so there's more fucking gravel. And she pulls in, and she's just, my wife's a good rider. So she pulls in, pulls up, stops the bike. Everything's great. I was coming up too hot, and I overshot the driveway. So I overshot the driveway anyway. And this is dirt with some gravel
And
in it.
ended up in the sex hot tub.
Yeah. Well, I overshot the driveway. Skid. VTR has no driver aids whatsoever, except for the aforementioned torque. So I skid the thing past the driveway, and I'm like, okay, a really smart guy would use his feet to push the motorcycle back 30 feet. No, I'm gonna do a nice, like one of those almost a side stand turn where I just lean the bike over super far and drop the clutch.
Yeah.
That's an elephant turn.
So that's the second time I dropped the bike.
So you didn't yell.
So Merritt watched
You
me.
didn't yell Akira.
Merritt watched me drop the bike on the right-hand side into the cornfield.
And she still
and
went-
then she watched me drop the bike on the left-hand side
And she still chose.
at the end of our driveway.
Still chose you for the sex hot tub.
We're at the sex cabin, and you're fucked.
Right. Like, oh my God, I'm sleeping with.
I was like, well, the first one, there was no scratches on the bike at all because it was in the cornfield. It was fine. The bike, there was not a single scratch or dented anything on the bike. The second one, though, is literally, it's a dirt road with the occasional piece of gravel in it. You know how they get?
Yeah.
And so when it fell down, like 2 pieces of sharp stabby gravel went right into the plastics on this bike. And I was like, because you know what I did? I cranked the handlebars hard to the left, and I let the clutch out and said, Hail Mary, it's gonna look awesome.
That look is called.
And-
That look is called pity
It
fill.
didn't look awesome.
It didn't look awesome. The front wheel,
Oh, right.
front wheel plowed forward. The front tire says, "Oh, you don't want the back to have any grip." Well, I don't have any grip either, so fuck you.
You look like Bambi walking on ice.
What you described, me and Mark were down in Millersburg a year ago. I still have my Tuono. We're in full leathers and we're fucking ripping. And what we would do is we'd go and we'd size up a road.
Yeah.
We'd take it at normal speed,
Right.
come back through
Learn
it,
the
and then
road.
fucking hammer it.
Yeah.
Well, my dumb ass fucking, we went down and came back, and then I took the wrong road.
Oh shit!
So
you had programmed the wrong road into your brain.
yeah, so I went to the right instead of thinking. It looked exactly the fucking
It's like when
same.
your big tracks isn't in the living room anymore; it's in the basement.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're fucking hammering down this thing, and everything feels the same. And there was this one spot where it goes up and then it goes way down into this hill, and you got to push really hard. And so we're doing like 95 miles an hour. I'm fucking like leaned over pushing, and I crest it, and it's all gravel.
Oh.
And I'm like, fuck,
Jesus Christ.
I'm just like, I didn't know what to do, so I just let go, and I just fucking sailed through this thing, right? So about 100 yards into sailing through gravel, trying to slow down without hitting any fucking brakes.
Yeah.
We pass about 100 dudes on dirt bikes. right? And we sail right through them, and then I see a road. And I'm like, fuck it. So I just keep going. I get to the road.
The rally stage.
We
Where are
keep
you
going.
riding? What bike are you riding?
On the Tuano. I had fucking Diablo fucking tires. Like, dude, when I tell you that like there were rocks embedded into the tires at this point. So, anyways, me and Mark get our shit together now, and we pull off to this gas station, the Millersburg gas station. This one gas station that's down in the cut, right? And about 5 minutes later, like I'm like wiping my asshole out, all the shit that's fucking on there and everything.
Trying to get the seat out of your butt.
And so now we go outside, and there's like a million enduro racers, and they're like. And we're like, what? They're like, we're sitting there. He goes, we're stopping because like there's a thing. They were doing a hair scramble.
Oh God!
And there was a thing where they had like a pivot point where they had to figure out where to go. So all this group of guys was waiting to figure, like trying to figure out.
They were trying to figure out where to go. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, two idiots go, ah! And they said the one dude was like, your bike was loud, but I heard you over it. Because I was like, ah!
Yes.
So
shit.
So it was kind of cool. So then all these guys come up and they're like, what the fuck were you doing back there? We're like, that was not intentional.
No.
Oh, dude, I have no idea how we didn't drop the bikes. It was fucking. I mean, I think it's because I didn't do anything.
Right.
At that point, I was like going down this fucking dirt hill. I was like,
Sleepy, that was legit the rally stage.
Right.
Yeah, right.
What's funny is you had a gyroscope in the front.
Right.
You had a gyroscope in the back. And as long as you didn't get involved.
Right.
And you didn't run out of inertia.
And the tires were so sticky, by the end of it, I had knobbies. Like fucking rocks sticking out everywhere.
All they heard,
Covered donuts.
When you were talking about gravel before, one of my thinking was sometimes you just need to be either on the throttle or off the throttle. On the throttle, off the throttle.
Well, that's what Mike. So Mike's really good at gravel. Remember, Mike? You know, Mike. And he loves gravel. He goes down, rides with those dudes all the time, and he's like, "That's how you turn. It's just throttle. Lean into it and give it more gas." I'm like, I don't like it.
Turn left to go right.
What?
Yeah, I'm definitely of the camp of with gravel. It's just anybody who says they've got it mastered, anyone that loves it, they're a unique human being. God bless them. God bless. I feel the same way about sand. Every time I get in sand, all I'm doing is looking for the point of impact.
Well, I like the fact that I'm comfortable with it enough now that when it comes up on a ride, I don't care.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not one of those guys like these dudes that go out and search it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, we're getting together. We're going to do 800 miles of gravel.
Just gravel.
I'm like, congratulations.
Oops, all gravel.
What they heard was
Pretty much. I was the definition of a Doppler effect. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
We did Charahola or Moonshiners one year down there with Dustin and Shane Post and our normal group of idiots, and we're like, we're gonna do old bikes, we're gonna do vintage bikes, It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna be down there with the guys from Louisville, Kentucky, Motos, doing a big rally down there. So we're going to be with a bunch of guys that are going to be on decent motorcycles.
a lot of burnout. Some weird guy in a captain's hat.
It's not, but it was actual. We're going to ride in the mountains, and we got a cabin, like we got a big, like a hostel.
Sex cabin?
No, not a sex cabin, right?
With a hot tub.
Yeah. Sammy Brother says, you got a great laugh, Phil. Yeah, right. That's it. Yeah. You should hear me sing.
Karaoke
we
night.
did.
Well,
we got demonetized.
Oh, yeah, we got demonetized.
I feel like karaoke needs to happen in
We
California.
should not have gotten demonetized for that.
I am with you on
Sleepy
that.
Sleepy wants a pickin' party in Ohio.
Right.
I still
A
think
karaoke
karaoke
tiki
is the way
bar
to
would
go.
be great.
I agree. I think they can both be the same thing. I mean,
I talked to Ryan Foltz has upped his game. Not that he didn't have a huge
I was gonna
game,
say, right.
but he said that he has more portable stuff and that for Mid-Ohio, if you want to get silly, he's ready.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, we want
my.
to get nuts at Mid-Ohio.
No, I mean, because they have a corner that gets nuts. We need to be the place where you go when the corner's over.
I still love the idea of the inflatable
discotheque.
Can you imagine how hot and musty that
It's going to be
fucker would
terrible.
It will
I'm
be air
listening.
conditioned.
It will be awful.
If I have anything to say about it, it will be air conditioned.
I've seen them, and they're all black.
There'd be no lube needed. It would just be slime.
No,
dude.
it's terrible.
Oh.
It's like, and again,
Are we talking about lube wrestling?
we're talking about
No Diddy parties at Mid-Ohio.
all
please.
sounds like a great idea until you look to your left and look to your right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, this is kind of a bad idea.
Yeah, I have to say there would only have been like 3 people at the burnout pit last year that I would have been like,
Right.
that might be an okay idea.
Right.
The rest,
It's-
I'm like, nah.
It's like when you're
but
like, hey, man, this is great. It's going to be the all-nude sex conference. And you realize 4 underwater welders. And you're like, yeah, this is not great anymore.
Have you ever stumbled onto a nude beach? It's never like, whoa. It's always like,
We've all seen Euro Trip.
I go to a lot. I mean, I do a lot of the saunas and
nudity,
spots and stuff in Europe.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I have a story that will stop you because I saw something below a guy's knees.
well, that's what I'm thinking. You're in a sauna. That's loosening skin up. You're 8 years old.
For real.
Things are swinging.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, like, it ain't what you think it's gonna be like, and all of the awesome can get erased by just one hyperextended scrotum sac.
Look,
right?
Look, hey, Phil, I get it. You all bring up that one Mid-Ohio I was at.
The nut bra.
Time and time again.
Okay. Anyway, so on to that. Well, it sounds like everybody's had a good time, and this is our welcome to the new year, 2026, right? 2026 has started with a bang. I'm going to be very, very happy to see what we put together because I think this is a good time for punk rock. I think it's a good time for motorcycles. I think it's a good time to be anti-establishment. I think it's a very good time to
Continue on with what we've been doing.
To be us.
To be us.
To be us.
But just to
Let
turn
your
it up a
freak
little
flag
higher.
fly.
But how
Right?
weird is
Yeah.
how weird is it that like the original punk rockers are 80?
Yeah.
We're the next generation. We're 55, 60.
I went and saw the Circle Jerks. Dude up on stage is 77 years old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob
So
Dylan's
somebody-
still alive.
Yeah. Right? I mean, come on. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for the staying power of rock and roll lifestyle.
I was told by Lizzie the other day
Mm-hmm.
that social distortion is no longer punk.
No,
And it's
can
because
kind of argue that
they're
with her, yeah.
on
It's like classic
a
rock now.
cruise ship.
Yeah, well, there's multiple punk rock
The
cruises.
punk rock.
life easy.
Well, you know what though? But here's the thing. Like, and I like, that was
Yeah.
me when I was 20 some years
Sure.
old. Like, fuck everybody, whatever.
Right.
But you get to be 70 and like, like you're like, hey man, I've never had a nice house, a nice car. Like I'm
Right.
55 this year and I have my first brand new car this year.
Again,
come
You
on.
could admittedly give them a bit
Sleepy?
of credit for following their audience.
and we like to say you paid your dues.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
So you
Sleepy.
paid your dues.
Sleepy.
Yes.
This is the nicest house I've ever lived in.
It's
It is a nice house.
It's a very nice house.
It was until you moved in, but besides
we
that,
I have brought the fucking property values down.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah. So I'll see you guys all on the Flogging Molly Salty Dog Cruise.
Yeah, right.
Which
Great.
is Bad Religion, the Addicts, and Flogging Molly. Which is a good lineup.
it is, but I wouldn't go on a cruise to save my life.
Oh, that's the thing about the
Yeah.
cruise, right? So that's the whole idea. We have a lot of friends who do the heavy metal
Phil,
cruise.
how do you feel about all inclusives?
I feel pretty good about all-inclusive.
How does Felipe Aguas?
Felipe Aguas likes the all-inclusives. Let me tell you that. Yeah. Let me tell you, there's two words that go really well next together, and that is limitless tequila.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And on that, my friends, ride fast and take chances. Play us out of here, Johnny Mac.
Bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 ba,
Añejo, Reposado, Blitzen, Donner. Get us out of here, Sleepy. Hit the red button. Eject, eject, eject.